Oh, yo, what's good? What's good? Hold up, let me
Yo,
let
yo,
me just
yo.
let me get this out there real quick. Hold on, real quick. Boston, straight like that. GDB's in the house, getting amped up for a big game
Game
6 for the
six
Warriors.
tomorrow.
Fuck Boston. They talk all that shit about Steph Curry's wife, this and that, Draymond, Barstool Sports. Man, fuck them
We
dudes.
Draymond sucks t-shirts.
Draymond sucks
Hey,
t-shirt.
but
That's why
they still hate Kyrie though. That hate is for real, for real.
Boston hates everybody. Boston is some racist ass motherfuckers. I'm glad I'm never going to that spot. That's not a spot I desire to go to ever in my fucking life. Bunch of rude ass motherfuckers eating chowder. Uh,
Chowder.
annoying as fuck. But anyway, big game for the Dubs tomorrow night. This has been a brutal series. Back and forth. This is the way I predicted it. You said 5. I'm gonna call you out on that one. You said
Originally I originally had said 6, but then I switched it to 5 because I was like, you know what? They've been winning all these they've been clinching all these series at home. So
yeah,
I
I
was
kind of
I
agree,
switched
but
to
yeah,
5. I switched to 5, but originally I was at 6, but it's all good. I still got some
yeah.
money, you know what I'm saying? I want some
I'm
money.
still we're still cashing
Still
in.
up. I'm still up.
We're gonna be cashing in, hopefully. I put a little insurance on all my shit, just in case.
Hmm.
So I'm definitely gonna get a little something either way. But if the Warriors win tomorrow, I'm cashing out big. I got a parlay I did yesterday. I had the Mets, Padres. Who the fuck else was on there? One other team, and then the Warriors tomorrow. So I had some pretty good odds on that. So the payout on that one is a G. So I put a little something on
Nice.
Boston to win. So I'll be covered with my bet. And then I took Warriors in game 6 for a bet for a prop bet, and I got what was it, 75 to win 300. So I got that out there too. So I'm definitely rooting for them to end it tomorrow, even though I picked Warriors in 7 officially on here. I'm going
Hmm.
for I'm hoping that the Warriors pull off get that championship tomorrow night, get that 6, because I got the series as well. I put it November 2nd.
Same.
Put down 225 to win 1570 something or something like that. So yeah,
This
I
is
definitely
episode
hedged. I
68,
hedged
right?
though, huh?
This is episode 68, right?
Episode 68.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Episode 68. Uh, yeah. So hopefully we all cash out. GDBs love to cash out.
Hmm.
You see our account. You see our IG. We post all our winnings on there. Been hot. And nobody predicted the Warriors to be there except us. I'm gonna give us all pats on the back because I believe we all picked the Warriors to win it all beginning of the season. Um, I said 52 wins. You said 60
I said
plus.
60, which it could have been.
Womack
It
said
should have been 60,
50.
50 something. Womack said
Womack
50
said like
something.
48 to 50. He didn't want to give an answer, and I believe E Major said 57. But
Hmm.
we were all above 50. So I'll give us props. Not a lot of people out there were picking us, and I didn't see why. This team has the championship heart. The
Hmm.
build, the core was still there. This core has never lost a playoff series when they've been together, without injuries. When we lost to Toronto, Klay was out, KD was hurt. So it's never been. And what was the other one? Draymond was suspended that one game against um, what was it? 20. The year we lost to the Cavs, it was 16.
2060, the second series
Yeah, second
before
series,
KD. Before KD came.
before KD. Uh, so it's just, a lot of people were very dismissive of the Warriors coming into the season, and I didn't see why. Um, Basically, the core was there, the coach was there, everybody was healthy. I guess, there was concerns about Clay.
Hmm.
Nobody knew how good Poole would play at times.
Hmm.
Nobody knew Wiggins was going to step it up as much as he
Big
has,
time.
especially these last 2 series. He's been very, very fucking potent, offensively, defensively, rebounds. This series he's been off the hook.
Hmm.
He had a couple games against Memphis where he wasn't that great, but this series, I say he's been pretty damn solid, every game, and I think he could possibly sneak in there and steal MVP if Steph has another game similar to last night. Let's say Steph has a game similar to last night, and Wiggins has I mean not last night, last game. Wiggins
Monday.
has a similar performance to his performance last game. I think you could make the case for Wiggins. They do owe Steph they owe Steph an MVP because he should have got that one of those ones back in the day. I
Hmm.
felt, but I don't know. We'll see if they're gonna go off the pass and give him that. He's had some big games. 43. What did he hit? 30 points 3 times this series, I think. Something like that. I know he had 43 and like 34, was it? One of them games. So I mean, he's been pretty much on fire for most of the series. Last game was off 0 for 9, I believe. Three
And three
pointers.
pointers. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first time he hasn't hit a three in a hell of a long time, I'll tell you that. Um, so anyway, getting back to this big game tomorrow, let's see. How do you feel about this game? Do you feel the Warriors are going to close it out, or do you think, that possibly Boston comes out really strong and is able to steal one at home? I guess you would call it stealing one at home,
Hmm.
even though they're
Well,
favored.
is there there's already a spread for that for tomorrow's game?
Boston is minus 165 tomorrow.
Ooh.
Warriors are plus 145 on the money line.
Hmm.
Point wise, it's Boston minus 4, Warriors plus 4. So
Hmm.
I would recommend staying the fuck out of this one, honestly. Even though I would think the Warriors would win, in my prediction when we started this series, I said the refs are going to have a factor. Otherwise, I would have picked 5, but I knew the refs were going to be shady. They've been shady a couple times. I just have a hard time believing. You call me conspiracy theorist, call me paranoid, whatever. I have a hard
Hmm.
time believing that the NBA is going to pass up them Father's Day ratings, um, because Game 7 will be on Father's Day.
Hmm. I got shit to
Call me
do that day.
conspiracy theorist, and Warriors win at home. I just always seen this series going 7. I was tempted to go 6. I put it on one of my bets, but in my heart, I kind of felt like it's gonna go 7. But I'll be fucking pleasantly surprised if we go 6 and win it tomorrow. But even if we win tomorrow, I expect another tough game. It's been very chaotic, you know. One quarter
Hmm.
we're off the hook, one quarter we're bad. We haven't played our best game this series yet, so that's uh, that's that's something to be hopeful for, that we can get it together and play a solid 4 quarters. We tend to come out and get beat up in the first quarter, first half sometimes. So hopefully we just come out. It'll be nice to stay in every quarter. Third quarter is
Hmm.
normally ours. Last game we Warriors did struggle a little bit third quarter. I don't know if we ended up outscoring Boston third quarter, but I know it was close. But usually we outscore them by a lot. So
Hmm.
I'm anxious to see if we can put together, if we got the smell for it, the championship smell in the air. We go for the blood and the dogs are set loose. If we come out active, the way we were last game defensively, we were very active. That was our
Hmm.
best game of the series, first quarter wise, I believe. Um, but we did let them come back. We let them creep back. I think second quarter they kind of crept back a little bit, and then
Hmm.
before half, then we hit a shot or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. I think we were up like what, like 7-8 before half.
For the last game,
Yeah,
shit, there was one point we were up by 16,
yeah, but
and
we let them
then
creep back after that,
yeah.
and then we kind of. But I know in the third quarter they did creep back. They came out hot in the
Yeah, you
beginning of
got
the third quarter.
10 straight points.
They were hitting hella threes.
Hmm.
They're a good team. I will give Boston that. They definitely, uh, athletically, they're very potent. We've
Hmm.
had problems breaking down their defense at times, but think you're starting to see, and I think we've seen it last game, Game 5, that they're getting tired. Fourth
Hmm.
quarter, you seen they were missing shots. A lot of them were short, hitting
Yeah.
off the front iron, air balls. Just short. You could see Tatum looked like he was tired. He was struggling a little bit on those
Hmm.
fadeaways. We were kind of rotating people on in them. So I think they're starting to look a little tired, but they go home, they could get re-energized. But as of now, I think this series is ours to lose. If we did lose this, it would be an epic collapse. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
we should have the series in wraps. Basically, we got to win one of the next two. Of course, I want to get it done tomorrow, but we'll see. Anyway, your thoughts on this game? I guess officially, I'm gonna say the refs have a big factor. I'm gonna say we go 7, and I say we beat them game 7 at
All
home. I'm
right.
gonna stick with
All
my
right.
original. But how do you see this playing out tomorrow? Any key factors? Any
Yeah.
X
I
factors?
mean, like you said, you hit a lot of points. I think the Celtics are starting to get a little tired. You can see that there there's been a couple of games like they're the fourth quarter. Those are the ones that either we don't score shit or they scored a ton of shit, or it's the opposite. We scored a ton of points and they don't score shit. So it's going to come down to the fourth quarter. Um, in the last game that we played at Boston, Steph dropped 43
That was a
points.
43 game, I believe.
Yeah. So and then also there's a stat that I think once if there's a game that Steph goes 0 for whatever for 3 pointers, the following game he goes off. I think he goes. I think I saw the number of. I think in his 3 pointers he's like over 55 or 56%, and he just 3 point. Once again, like I told you before this series started, I think the one that's gonna go off is Steph. And I think Steph is gonna get your MVP. I think they're gonna win this game 6. Wiggins has been a huge factor, but I think they're gonna give it slightly towards Steph. Because there was that one game, the one that
Steph's defense has been pretty good too
Steph's
this series.
defense, the whole team's defense has been a little
Probably the
bit better.
best defense I've seen him
Yeah,
play
and
ever.
that's the one thing too. Like our offense is so explosive and dynamic that sometimes we lack to talk about our defense. Remember, Boston is number 1 in defense, but guess who's number 2? We are right now. Who's playing the best defense? I would say the Warriors. Wiggins Wiggins been huge, grabbing those boards. Hopefully, Looney does not have any foul problems. Get into foul trouble like he did in the
We don't
last
need
game.
Looney.
But no, you gotta get that rotation that he saw. That's why they started Porter in the
Play
game.
Kaminga. Play Kaminga.
I don't think, you know what, it sucks that I mean there's been talk like how come Kaminga and Moody haven't. It comes down to experience. Who's played more minutes overall, in the playoffs. And I don't know if you've seen that stat, over the last 30 years, we got that trio of Steph, Klay, and Draymond. I think we got the most wins as of in the last plus 30 or 35 years. So
Yeah.
I'm taking the Warriors. If it's usually that pattern is right now. If you pick the Warriors, take the under. So it's going to be another. I mean, hopefully that's another thing.
Oh, really? I didn't even trip on that one.
Yeah, the pattern's been when Boston wins, it's over. When the Warriors win, it's been under. So I'm gonna take that Warriors under. I'm trying to get my money. I got, like me and Nip said, we put some money before the season started. We have picked the Warriors to win it, and it's not even just being homers. Is that we see talent. We see this talent, and look, remember we started with we had that when we started the season. I think we went a 14-15 winning streak, and that was
we were hot.
Yeah, and this is before Klay, and what I'm saying, and then it took a while once Klay got back. Poole had to adjust.
Yeah,
Went
but
back to the
that
bench.
was a good thing. That was a good thing though, because because Poole got some experience when Klay.
Yeah,
He let us rest Klay for a while longer. We didn't have to rush him back. And Poole got some experience, some carrying the load experience. He started a couple games, and was able to ignite the offense. I always give him that. He can spark the offense. He's a little bit inconsistent to my liking, and defensively he's been terrible. But he can spark that offense, and he can hit some big shots. He hit that big
shot,
three.
yeah.
He hit that big three. I think it was the end of third quarter last game off the
Halftime.
glass. Oh, it was halftime.
Halftime.
Well, that
Right
was the
before
shot I was
halftime.
talking about then. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that was a good thing for us. And this team is built. People keep talking about this is the last run.
Nah, hell.
I don't think so. I think we have great chance of going back to back. Because you got the Kamingas, you got the Pools, you got the Moody's who are going to be 1 year more experience, and then you got the X factor of James Wiseman coming back. Who, if we had a healthy Wiseman, this series would be a lot easier. I think Looney's good. Looney hustles. He's this and that, but he's not a blue chipper.
Mhm.
Wiseman has the potential to be a blue chipper. I think he would be a big. It would be a nice battle between him and Robert Williams down low. I
Yeah.
think he would nullify a lot of what Robert Williams does, because Wiseman could block shots as well.
Mhm.
Wiseman, he would have to cover Wiseman. He wouldn't. Looney's not much of a threat. You could just slack off him a lot. But Wiseman, you get the ball to him down low. You're gonna have to cover him. You're gonna have to. You're not just be able to roam
Mhm.
around a little bit and play shot blocker. You're gonna have to stay honest. So
Mhm.
next year, I know we're getting ahead of ourselves, but next year, this team is built
Oh
for the
yeah.
long haul.
Oh yeah.
And we have people. Speaking of which, national media always disrespecting the Warriors. Brian Whittenhurst, the dude who looks like what's that cat's name from Superbad? Uh, what's that dude? You know what I'm talking about?
Two from
Big
super
dude.
bad.
He lost a little weight. Superbad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no,
Bang
I'm talking
bang
about.
dude. Bang bang. That dude. He looks like that dude, and he's like
Uh-huh.
the biggest LeBron groupie
Jonah,
ever.
Jonah,
Jonah Hill.
Jonah.
There you
There
go.
you go.
Jonah Hill. He looks like a little Jonah Hill clone. Anyway, he always be hating on the Warriors. He was taking little slick shots. So after the game game 5 on ESPN's telecast, he took another shot at us and was like, "Oh, this is a checkbook win for the Warriors."
Yeah.
Basically saying we got all this luxury money, we got all this extra money. This is what you're supposed to do as an
That's what
ownership, though. This, yeah,
exactly. This is
you're
what you
making big
do.
money. You got a new stadium, so you invested back into the
He's-
team. But he was just hating. He was
Yeah.
taking a little side, you know, backhanded compliment,
Yeah.
dissing us, like, oh, but there's, And then I heard him on 95.7, and they were kind of grilling him on there this morning. Bonte Hill and Butcher Boy, they were kind of getting at him, like, and he was like, kind of like, oh, I didn't mean it like that. I meant it as a compliment. Like, nah, that's even they were like. I
Hmm.
mean, he kind of said it like backhanded compliment, like that shit was like kind of false. The way you did it, you're just basically trying to take away from the Warriors. And they were like, we to quote paraphrase what they were saying, we've been a bad franchise for years,
Yeah.
so we got a good owner, and that's what you're supposed to do as a great owner.
Exactly.
And how come they weren't mentioning all this, bitching about this last year when we were paying Kelly Oubre hella money and we weren't in the play? We got knocked out of the playoffs early.
Yeah.
There was no talk about it then, but now all of a sudden, because we're doing good, we're possibly on the precipice and about to win
Brink
another
out
championship.
on the
Then they
eve.
want to bring that shit up and be like, "Oh, Warriors got an unfair advantage." Is
Nah.
it true? Partially. I mean, we do have advantage over teams like Sacramento, but you look at other teams, they just don't want to spend. Some teams just
Look at
don't
the
want to spend.
Lakers. Lakers spent hella money, hella bread on those veterans, and look, they got, they didn't even make the playoffs. Look at
Yeah.
LA. The Clippers. Their owners spending bread too. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi got hurt. You know, that's not our fault. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also, a lot of people. Well, basically, what it comes down is that we have grown talent. These are guys that we drafted. We
Yeah,
got
and that's
Lou.
another point they were
Yeah,
making. Yeah.
yeah, we got Poole. Then you got and then what even gets these people even more mad. Oh, guess who's on the bench right now? Who we got that we drafted and I are not even seeing minutes. They're what I'm saying they're basically watching, taking notes, seeing this shit live already. What I'm saying like this is gonna be you guys in a couple years. So take notes. You know what I'm saying? See how we do this shit. And that's Moody, Kuminga, Poole, Wiseman, and then shit. And then we got 3 picks this year as well. I think we're gonna have the 28th, and then I think we got 2 second round draft picks. So shit, and that and after that, and then we're
And
gonna
we have the ammo to do whatever we want. If we want
yeah,
to make another run at another big name to try to get these
exactly.
guys one more, we
You
could.
you're
We
gonna
could
have those
package.
exactly. You're gonna have a player that's gonna be chasing that ring. And guess what? I'm gonna go to Golden State for minimum. For veteran minimum. I want to. That's how we got Bielitsa. That's how we got what's his name? Porter. Those are you take chances with these dudes. Even with Wiggins, a lot of people were like, "Oh, Wiggins a bust," but that's the thing. That's the culture. That's the front office of this team. You know what I'm saying? They know how to.
My main thing with Wiggins was that he in the clutch, he hadn't shown he could be clutch.
It
But
took
so far,
time.
the last
It takes
couple
time.
series, the last couple series, he's been clutch. Against Memphis, he wasn't clutch either. He was, I mean, he was at times, but he was still sporadic against Memphis. Uh, but this series and what was
I
the
think
last one?
this series,
Oh, this series and against Dallas, he went off against Dallas.
yeah,
Those two
yeah. So
series was his best series. I mean, he's
he's
only
just,
had a
just
few, but
yeah. I mean, and then he's the type of guy like what I'm saying. Usually he sees Steph is your number one option. Clay's been really inconsistent. You know what I'm saying, and he stepped up I say Wiggins is your number 2 choice right now. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. Wiggins is
And
the
then
only one on the team that'll attack the rim,
yeah,
pretty
so that's
much.
another thing too. Yeah, he's not
GP2
afraid.
does a little bit, but Wiggins is much more explosive than GP2.
Yeah.
Much better 3-point shooter, I believe, and just the overall offensive threat. So he's been the only one to really go at the rim. I mean, if you had a Kuminga in there, you could see that too. He's the only other one
Mhm,
who can really attack the rim and get the other people in foul
mhm.
trouble. But I mean, he's been fitting in nicely in this role.
Yeah,
So it's
and
been
he's
pleasant surprise.
and there's another thing too. You know, he's also he's still learning. I don't know if you've seen, but you seen Iguodala on the sideline coaching them up, telling them come over
Yeah,
here,
yeah, yeah.
and
Iggy's
telling
been
them,
good.
hey, he's been on it. Like you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, because here that's the type of culture that we have. That's why we keep these veterans, or we bring for example, for Iguodala, we bring back these veterans that the culture, they know how to win. That's how sometimes you see Kerr, he's just chilling. And you see Iguodala over there, going back and forth. I was like,
Yeah.
damn, looks like Iguodala's the coach, because Kerr basically, he knows his team. He knows that they'll figure it out, and that's what slowly,
But
it took.
would you agree that Kerr has made some bad rotation moves?
Not really, because I understand there's been a lot of foul trouble.
My
Um,
main complaint is Draymond.
uh,
He was
but
doing a
that
lot better. We were doing a lot better when Draymond was out, even in the
when he
Memphis
took him
series.
out, that was the reason. That's why even Draymond said, if I was the coach, I would have taken myself out too. So that's something that was expected. And Kerr saw it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sit down, Dre, because right now this shit ain't working. You guys gonna have to figure this out, and that's what it is. The team has to figure it out.
And another complaint, I would have put Kuminga in. I know everybody thinks he's so reckless, he's this and that. I'm not saying start the guy or play him 30 minutes, but you could give him, 5-10 minutes. Keep
Yeah.
some of the other guys more fresh, tire out Boston a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Wiggins are the only ones who are really going to get other players in
Oh,
foul trouble. Because I could see Kuminga going in, and he ain't scared of Robert
I,
Williams. He'll try to rip on him and get him in foul trouble.
but we saw that, that when those games, I think that Kuminga did start in Dallas. Remember, it was we started really slow. It was we had a couple turnovers. I think that's what kind of that's where Kerr decided. You know what? Let me slow it down with Kuminga.
But on the
The
flip
game
side of that, what about Moody? Because Moody was looking
Moody's
good
has
in
been, but
all the
I mean,
series he's been in, and he's
he's
still
been
not getting
cool,
no run.
but I'd rather have Poole. Poole, like you said, there's been, yeah, he's inconsistent sometimes, but there's been times that he's the reason after he shoots a three or drops a dime and gives it, passes to Klay. Klay hits a big three. And those are the moments that I've seen that, hey, that's when you can see the momentum kind of shift to our way. So I think that Kurt sees what he got. Yeah, you could put
I'd
Moody
like
and
to see Moody
Kaminga.
get some of Poole's minutes because Poole's been kind of ineffective this series. He's had his moments, but he has a lot of turnovers and
He
defensive
gets a little
liability.
sloppy. Yeah, that's the
Defensive,
problem.
he's been terrible on defense. They go for him. Even the announcer
Uh,
started calling him out last game,
I think
saying
the
they're going
last,
right at him.
yeah.
Um, he looks lost on defense. Now he can get better, but I mean,
Oh
this
yeah,
series,
he's gonna
I
get
think
better.
I think Moody should get some run. I think Kuminga should get some run. But I mean, it's a little late now. But
Yeah, exactly.
I think if we had given them run earlier in the series, I think the series would have been over because we would have had more rest for our guys,
Hmm.
um, our main guys, and I don't think there'd be that much of a drop off having those guys in there. I know they're rooks, but especially Moody. Moody's good both ways. He's
I
good on
like
offense
Moody.
and defense. And Kaminga, I love the explosiveness he gives you. I think he can get some foul trouble, but get some other guys in foul trouble. And game one, why was GP not in there? That's another criticism I have of Kerr.
Yeah.
He's fully healthy. There's
Hmm.
no reason he shouldn't have been in there. I think that kind of gave away game one too,
Hmm.
because Boston was lighting us up game one in
At the
that
fourth
fourth
quarter,
quarter.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
mean, you can't complain too much. We're about to
Hmm.
win another one, hopefully. But I do think that Kerr didn't have the greatest series coaching wise.
This one
Some
or all throughout the whole playoff series.
a little bit against Memphis too. But again, these are tough matchups too, so it's hard. Um, those two were I knew Memphis. I said at the beginning of the season, Memphis is going to be our toughest opponent
Hmm.
in the playoffs on the Western side. I remember we had arguments on the
Hmm.
group chat, me, you, E Major, and I mean he was right. He was saying that Memphis isn't playoff proven, but at the same time, I knew they were going to be tough because of the defense they played and the interior presence they have. They have youth. They're not scared. Um, dealing with them though, I think really helped us in this series because you see similarities in the way they play defense. They're very physical. Memphis was also very physical, very athletic. So I think getting over that little hump was a good little warm up for these guys too. And then having Luca, even though he didn't have much help, just going against that top dog and shutting him down. So Tatum, Tatum, he's been a little bit better than Luca, but there's been times where we've been able to make him look human, like we did with Luca.
Oh,
Whereas
Tatum's that. I mean,
yeah,
according to I saw a stat that uh, uh, throughout the whole playoff run, I
froze.
think
What?
playoff series, all playoff, I think Tatum has the most turnovers in playoff
Yeah,
series I've seen.
and because we've been on him, and we have
Mhm.
multiple. That's the thing. We got multiple people that can defend. We got Dre, we got GP2, and we got Wiggins. That's three perimeter defenders right there.
Mhm.
Draymond's better down low, but those three, and
Even
then
Klay, Clay's been playing pretty
Clay's
good.
been pretty good defensively, and then you also got Kaminga. I'll say him. He can defend if he's out there if we really needed him. Uh, but yeah, this team and Moody's a good perimeter defender. He's a solid defender for a rook.
Mhm.
So I don't know. It's this team is loaded. Um, Back to tomorrow night though. Do you think what percentage are you giving the Warriors of closing it out?
I'm going all in.
You
I'm
going all in? You
I'm
think
all
Warriors win
in.
it tomorrow?
The Warriors win
Shit,
it
I hope you're right.
tomorrow. Like I said, like in the last
Under, you
game,
said?
yeah, it would be under. If I were to bet, I'll definitely take the Warriors under. I think that's been the pattern. Like I said, Seth dropped what 41, 43 points at Boston. So I think he's gonna have another game too. And like I said too, Steph's gonna go out in this series. And
Get
this
his.
is
You
it.
did call that. You called that one.
And Landon, this is it. This is gonna be his game. This is gonna be the Steph game. Also, I think Clay's gonna get low. He's gonna get hot on the 3 pointers. He started
Game
slow,
six,
but
Clay. Game six, Clay.
game six, Clay, you're gonna have him appearing. So I say I'm gonna call this one Warriors for sure. Definitely, we win tomorrow night.
Are you going out partying if we win tomorrow night? Are you
Oh,
gonna be
most
on the
definitely,
streets?
yeah. I already got my hat already. I got a shirt that
Hats.
yeah, I had to get this one. Uh, and yeah, I'll probably be hitting up Ray Doomzilla if he's
Yeah, I
not
might have
drunk.
to ride with y'all if you.
If he's not
I might
drunk.
have to go out with y'all and hit up the
Oh hell yeah, most
Michonne,
definitely.
and where else? Probably Barcadero or some shit. I think
Thrive
last time we
City,
went down, I was just watching that video. It was me. I think it was me, you, and Ray Doomzilla last time. The first time, 2015.
Oh, that's the
Uh,
one.
yeah, we went down and we were all around Broadway, Mission.
Hmm.
We were bumping that fucking that San Quinn.
There's video
Yeah, yeah, I got a video. I'll show it
on
to
your
you.
phone or what?
Yeah, it was on my phone. Yeah, yeah.
Oh shit! All
We were
right,
in my little Civic, my little gold Civic. We were in that shit.
oh shit. Okay, okay. Is that the infamous shorts Ray was rocking that night?
Nah, nah, that
Ray-
was a different one. I think that was a different one. What's up, man?
Oh, what's up? What's
What's
up,
that?
Zilla? What's cracking?
Yeah, we've been off and on. And we haven't had you on in a minute. Just due to
Hold
scheduling
up
and
a
all that shit.
second, y'all. Y'all ain't coming in good. I'm gonna come back in.
For
Yeah, it's
sure.
all good.
Yeah, yeah. So we got
But
Cello in
yeah,
the
so
house.
we're probably gonna have to shit, I might just have to watch it out there. Instead of the East Bay. Might have to go out there and watch it.
Well, definitely,
Um,
a guy drive through Thrive City by Chase Center. That shit. That spot's gonna be wild. Down Mission as usual. You're gonna have your little hot spots over there on Mission and Presida. I know they get rowdy. 24th for sure. Uh, Shit all over. Silver Excelsior. So
yeah, city's gonna be lit if we go off tomorrow for sure. It's just a matter of if I make it out or not. Shit, I hope to.
hmm
If it depends where I watch the game, I guess, because I'm not gonna go out there, commute after, and go the fuck over that bridge. So if I
hmm
watch it out there, I'm gonna go out. If not, I'm just gonna stay here and have a couple shots or something. But what's
So,
up, man? What's up, Wall?
All good.
Solo.
All good. Just a little under the weather.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You're not feeling good
All
either. Shit.
Yeah, a little something. But I'll be all right.
I got you.
right.
How you feeling about the series? We haven't got a chance. I don't think we didn't. did we even get your take on this series at all? I think we've just been missing each other. But what's your take so far on the series? Any gripes? Anything you want to just go off about in a good way? Positives, negative, whatever. Go ahead. Any complaints with curves, rotation, or anything like that?
Dubs and six. That's all I said. Dubs and
Well,
six. I mean, I really, I'm not straying from that unless they give me a reason to. The only issues I actually have with them at all is the uncontested shots that they let them have, like seemingly every
Oh,
game.
Horford was getting too many fucking.
mhm.
You
That
know,
double teaming of
and I
Tatum.
understand Horford's a big, but he's a big that can actually he has a nice jumper. But
Yeah,
it's annoying sometimes because it seems like they get lost in transition. You know what I mean? Or they're not quick enough to break off
Mhm.
the screen. You know what I mean? So um, other than that, they've been doing a pretty decent job. Um, I'd like to see I mean, last game was looking pretty good from Klay. Game six Klay, I hope to see. Um, I think it was a little lackluster in the first two games. But that's been par for the course with Klay his entire career. He's just a very streaky kind of guy. But if he gets lit up, then it's all over for you. You know what I mean?
hmm
So I'm happy that he's back because I doubt we'd be this far without him. And I think it's probably. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I understand him not putting Kaminga or Moses in and stuff like that. But it'd be nice to see those kids get in there and get a little bit of a shot in the arm sometimes. I
No, I
think
agree. I agree.
yeah,
I thought early on there was in early in the series there was some slots you could have threw him in there, got some spark
right.
offensively, and got some run out of Moody defensively because we were having some breakdowns. I think the fresh legs would have been a welcomed addition into the lineup at certain points, but you see he shortened up the rotation a little bit this series,
Mhm.
which I kind of don't agree with because I think we're deeper than Boston. I think our bench is actually a major positive for us and would make Boston have even more tired legs. Just covering these young rookies with unlimited stamina for a little while. But shit, we're up 3-2. We got a chance to win it. So what can I really complain about? You know what I mean?
This yeah,
Kerr's done good.
it just seems like when we go cold and we ain't getting no buckets, it'd be nice to see them throw somebody. And then I understand that probably that's why they brought Iggy back. You know what I mean? To see if he could do something like for situations like that and for defense. But it just looks like the injury bug is just
It
kind
looks like Iggy's his
Yeah,
his
he's
his
about to
time is come
retire.
and gone. He's
Yeah.
of so he goes to from that to mentoring, which I think is great because I mean you couldn't ask for a better mentor than Iggy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
he's been solid on that. That's been a fucking
that's a
big
guy
thing for us.
that's like Richard Sherman coming to teach your cornerbacks. You know what I'm saying? When you're going into into our defense and shit. You know what I mean? So the wide nine. So I don't know. I don't really have too many complaints. But the
Oh,
one
I got one more too. I don't know. Let me see how you think about this one. Uh, just having Looney and Draymond on the court at the same time. I said this before the series even started that was going to be a problem, and to me, it's been a big problem. It took a while to adjust from that. I thought they would. They didn't really adjust from that until about game three or game four. But I thought Kerr could have been a little bit more on that, just because offensively they can just lack on either Draymond or Looney at any time. So
Hmm.
and double
it's they're
double or
not
whatever.
the biggest of scores anyway. No, I understand. Um, I think you keep. I don't really like that the two little bigs on the court at the same time either. You know what I mean? I think Draymond's great at facilitating. You know what I mean? And the aggressiveness he has on defense. I like Looney in there to spell him because Looney definitely does hit them boards hard. And he actually he's upped his game a lot from the last year. You know what I mean? So Yeah, I'm not really with because neither one of them are a true big in my in that sense. So if you're gonna go out there and try to throw those guys at you know
That's why I like Porter, and Kerr's been doing that the last 2 games. He's had Porter start with Draymond, and then
right
we
Mhm.
started off a little bit better, especially last game.
right
Yeah.
start off a little quicker. If you're gonna try to match big man to big man, actually put one in there. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So, I mean, I like Looney, but you know what I'm saying? He's not the true big man, but that he's done, paid dividends for us this year and also in the last series and this series as well. So yeah, I really can't talk too much about Kerr's lineup changes and stuff like that. I said what I said. The one thing that does bother me is sometimes, you know, that cool hand Luke kind of coach that he does, like where he's just, he's even keel and that's great most of the time. But when, all the fucking marbles are on the table, I need to see a little bit of, I need to see a little bit of emotion from you, coach.
that
Especially,
was a little scary to me. Even the whole team, kind of like when we were in game 4.
Mhm.
I was scared. We looked shaky for when they took that 94-90 lead. And then luckily Klay went off. I mean, not Klay, Steph went off.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
but like some of that game was just like, man, I mean, we looked a little bit lackadaisical at times, but
right.
I mean, I guess that's what happens when this is your sixth finals appearance.
No, I mean, yeah, about the
The
mileage.
6 and 8 years.
Yeah, the mileage on these guys. I mean, it will take a toll. When you think
Mhm.
about doing 82 games already, you know what I mean? So with the postseason runs and then the finals, it turns into like 100 games damn near every year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that will definitely work, and that's actually what. Not saying that this was a good thing, but it was kind of a godsend that Steph got injured. You know what I'm saying? Because he had to sit out.
Yeah, I guess some. You have to get some
got some
rest.
rest.
Yeah.
That's
18 games.
There was no choice. You know what I mean? So that I'm pretty sure refreshed him. You know what I mean? That them months that he was gone, and I mean, because they, of course, he's doing like cardiovascular to keep himself in shape, but he's not doing the million other things that he does. With dribbles, and all this other
Mm,
stuff that he does to keep himself, I mean, locked in and whatnot. So he had to kind of tune out, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty damn sure that worked wonders for his mind and for the mental fatigue and physical fatigue. And we're seeing that pay off right now. Same thing with Klay. He was down 2 years, man. You know what I'm saying? Now he's got fresh legs. So um, it's kind of what I'm saying. We don't get me wrong. We lost 2 years of these guys' prime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of Clay's prime, and then a year of Steph's prime. But you know what I'm saying? If if we go and hoist another trophy, then fuck it. It was all worth it. You know what I mean? So um, I would just like to say that there's some times where I need to see some emotion out of my coach. You need to
yeah,
see
I feel that.
every once in a while, and I think he does it in a different way. He's not going to snap, what I mean, on courtside. You know what I mean? He's going to take,
Mhm.
and to the locker room, and he's going to let them have it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he doesn't, but I think sometimes he needs to just, go ahead and say, hey, you guys need to fucking, you need to play the way you can play, because it's easy for us
Yeah.
in here and say all of that shit. You know what I mean? And then, they were like, you can't do it. And it's like, yeah, we know we can. But that's why we're getting so fucking frustrated because we know you fucking can. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we go the crazy the way we do. Because if you're not playing the way we know you can, then we know something's wrong, or you just in your own shit. You know. So hopefully, tomorrow or it's tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, yep,
6 o'clock.
o'clock, six
Hope,
o'clock, I believe.
Yep.
hopefully,
6.
win there and we celebrate on their court like we do whenever we win. I don't really give a shit if they come here to win one. I don't care about that. You know what I mean? I'm always happier when we go over and basically we buy ourselves a new fucking house. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how many do we have now? Shit,
Yep.
we bought fucking, Cleveland. I
And
don't know how many
and on
times.
top of that, no matter where we win, we're celebrating in the streets the night we win, and we're having the parade in the city anyway. So don't fucking matter if we beat them here or there.
Exactly.
Yep.
And it'd be just that much more sweet to beat them. You know what I'm saying, over at Boston. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
How do you feel about all that trash talk and all the bullshit that Boston's been? They were all over fucking Dre. They were talking about Aish can't cook. I know that's just games and shit, but at the same
care
time, like you don't poke the bear with Steph, you're gonna get lit up for another 43.
I care less because we over here we talk a lot of shit too. You know what I mean? So it's probably not as, I don't know, as much with the racial undertones.
Yeah, them fuckers are racist and rude, but
There's some of that because I haven't been paying attention, to be completely honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, it was pretty funny what I seen. Your tagline when when I seen that you went live on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. I probably wouldn't have put that up, but you know what? Hey, I don't know nobody in Boston except my boy Steve, the cook. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Steve, the cook from Boston. But other than that, hey, it's all's fair, I guess, in love and war. You know what I mean? It's this
I mean, I
basketball.
wasn't gonna post that shit until I started hearing some of the shit they were saying. So I was
You
like,
know,
all right, well, fuck them. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? So I don't pay attention to a lot of the shit. But and people gonna talk shit, especially when it comes to sports. So that simple
Yeah.
ass don't really mean nothing to me. It's like whatever, because we gonna talk shit too. You know what I mean? We just probably won't go as far as some of the shit that they say. So whatever have you. What's his name? I heard Windhorst or
Yeah, me and Leo were just talking about that, where
that
he
guy.
did the little backhand compliment, like,
Well,
oh, it's another checkbook. It's another
yeah,
checkbook win for the Warriors. Like, fuck
that,
out of here.
that's like it's just sour grapes, bro. You know what I mean?
He's
Because
good. He's a LeBron groupie. Let's call it what it is. He's notorious for being on
so
swinging on LeBron's cock.
it's okay when LeBron goes over there and he forms a super team. You know what I'm saying? He don't got shit to say about that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
When it's somebody else and LeBron's on the shit, back end, of winning, you know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden, oh, you bought your button, and it's like, you know what? Fuck out of here, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You guys had AD. You had the super team of super teams. Man, they basically had a soft version of the fucking dream team. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
no doubt.
Shit with it. So, what I mean, whatever, dude. You can talk all you want, and you
Fucking
can have your,
daydream team.
but let's just keep the opinions rooted in fucking reality and not fantasy, okay? So
I
that's
got a
the thing.
comment on that too. So this riling everybody up. Danny Quintero, what's up, Danny? Says fuck Winhurst and
Danny.
or however the fuck he spell his name exactly. He
Another
looks like
You
Jonah
tell him,
Hill.
Dan.
That's why I say a little Jonah Hill
You
clone.
tell him, Danny.
just say whatever you say whatever you will, but let's just be clear about what I'm saying, who's really doing what right now. At least the fact that we're doing what he said we're doing, and everybody in the league is pretty much doing it now. But at least we win when we do it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's what it is. Yeah.
Goes back
Exactly.
to like the Niners. They were hating on Eddie D. They hate greatness. I mean,
At
Yeah.
least
what else
win.
can you say?
So that's all that really counts, and that's all that really matters, and that's all anybody's gonna ever remember anyway. Even the losses that are like, that's pretty. You know what I mean? I don't know about that. When you know what I mean, or them losses. You know what I'm saying? It's the same either way. Only
National media hates us. They really do though. I mean, no other teams get this hate than the Warriors. Nobody even picked us to win it. Like
it's
from the beginning, Stephen A. Smith, he said at the beginning of the season, I think he picked the Warriors. I'll give him that.
I thought he
Most
was,
people,
but yeah, he did. He rode with us.
most
But
people,
everybody had
Nick
Lakers,
Wright hates us.
Nets. Yeah.
Perkins, Kendrick Perkins hates us.
Was it the first? Was it the
All these,
first game when we lost? He tried almost flip flopped. Stephen A.
yeah.
Yeah, he almost
Maybe,
flip-flopped, but he stayed with us.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. No, but yeah, I don't remember what he said afterwards, but I know that he definitely. I'm pretty sure he picked us at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And I know he picked us like midway because I remember I was seeing some of his stuff on
Wait,
there. I don't watch as much of that sports talk as I used to, but
Yeah. I
I used
watched
to watch a lot. But
DVDs.
I kind of
I don't blame you. I mean, all they say is shit talking about West Coast.
yeah.
And
Well,
when,
Seriously.
that's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to start this podcast because I feel like we get the raw deal a lot of times. I wanted to get our voice out there, the Bay Area voice, West Coast
Mm-hmm.
voice, because we get East Coast bias shoved down our fucking throats 24/7.
left
East
Coast,
Coast bias, Cowboys, and LeBron talk. That's all we hear about on all these shows. Tom Brady, Skip and Shannon. We never get love, even when we're doing great. So yeah, I'm a little bit bitter and I'm a little bit pissed off
Yeah.
about it. So it's good to be able to vent about it here and get this shit out because
Right.
we get
Exactly.
short on the stick every time. Like even this, you're gonna bet against us when we have the core that we have of Steph, Clay, and Dre, and you have and you've seen all these extra pieces we had brought into this pool, Wiggins, and you're gonna still bet against us. You're still not gonna give us any shot in any of these series. Basically, they were picking against us every fucking series, I believe.
Yeah.
Definitely the Mavs. They were picking the fucking Mavs. Who the fuck would pick the Mavs against the Warriors? Like that was a fucking joke to me. That was fucking hilarious. You're picking one guy. How many times have you seen us beat one guy in championships? We beat a prime LeBron 3 fucking times, and you think we're scared of Luca? Fuck out of here. So yeah, that shit. I've been wanting to mention that on here. That shit
Luca,
was a joke to
no,
me.
Luca with no help. So
Yeah,
whatever.
but yeah, that's all. That's in the past.
He's
We
a
are where
lot
we are.
on the regular season, and you know what? You want to do that? Fine, be my guest. But don't fucking around and forget that the regular season and the playoffs are two different monsters. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we always say, come see us in a 7 game. If you can beat us in a 7th game, you earned it, you deserved it, and we'll give that shit to you. We'll give you your
Yeah,
props. You know what I
and
mean?
going into the playoffs, our core had only played one game together.
Yeah.
Steph, Dre, and Clay.
Yep.
So they just had no respect, and they're still kind of just these little sideways, compliments and shit like that. We're never gonna get the credit we deserve, even if we win this one. Steph ties
Oh yeah.
LeBron. They're still not gonna mention it. They're gonna be like, "Oh, LeBron, but LeBron's this, LeBron's that." Well,
Yeah.
the ring say 4-4 to me, so we'll
Right.
see. I mean, I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but I do feel like we're gonna win the ring. If not tomorrow, then I feel we're winning. I'm very confident winning Game 7 on Sunday. So
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Any other Warriors talk you want to get to? Oh, let's talk about this fake Clay shit because that shit was funny. So I don't know if you heard about this, Cell, but
I heard
I'm
about it.
sure you have. It's every fucking where. Fake Clay
That's
got
just
the boot. What's your take on this? Either of you guys?
Well,
Do you think it was deserved?
either
Do you think it should have been more on the security? Go ahead.
either fake Clay got the boot or fake Clay is just fucking around and faking it. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. You know what I mean? He showed that letter, but you know what I mean?
oh we posted a video. I don't know if you've seen it.
And he really got the boot.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he did get the boot. They booted him.
they booted. He's bad. He's
But
bad for
But it's funny
anything.
because the same lady who let him in is the one who kicked him out. Like you're the one who fucked up.
well, I mean, you know what? To be honest with you, fuck was you doing out there trying to shoot around on the damn court? You brought that shit on
Oh
you.
man.
I mean, I ain't gonna front. I might have done that too. If you got a free chance to shoot on the court,
Nah, son, I'm good. Because you know what?
I'll shoot.
I
I'll
like
shoot
the
some
games
shots.
like that. I'm not gonna put myself in a position where I can't go ever again. You know what I mean? That's just don't make sense to me. Now,
He's a ticket holder too, I
Yeah,
believe.
he is.
from what I understood, he was definitely
He don't even look like Clay too. Let's clear that shit up right now
yeah,
too.
they accepted him. You know what I'm saying? So don't you can't say that one day he couldn't have eventually got on the court on some it's all good shit. You know what I'm saying? But you forced your way up on there, bro. You know what I mean? So no matter how they view you, you can't really do shit like that because now you fucking with somebody else's livelihood. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say that you won't get somebody fired and shit behind you?
Yeah.
Somebody's getting fired.
Yeah, that's true.
Sure.
Security.
I
I think they should all be fucking fired.
Supposedly, what I've heard, that's now he did at the Oracle as well too.
Yeah, he
This
did a
is-
hell of times at the Oracle,
yeah.
and there was no issues.
Yeah,
Oracle
so
didn't give a fuck.
yeah, so supposedly
Now
this
it's San Francisco though. You can't really
Yeah.
do
You
that
know?
shit out here.
They got multi-million-dollar fucking suites and all that. They want their money. They don't want to be worrying about some dude. You know what I'm saying? Stalkerish out this bitch. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
it makes sense. You know what I mean? So I mean, I don't know. I think personally he could have worked his way onto the court on some cool shit, and they wouldn't have sweated him. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
not like you don't know who
He's
he
a
is.
YouTuber too. He got like hella followers and shit.
He's an influencer, like right. So
There was a
I mean,
way to do it. There's a way to do it, like you mentioned. You could.
there's a way to do things. You know what I'm saying? And the way he did that shit, just basically, you know what I mean? Wow.
But that shit, man.
He
That's
I hate to
fucking-
say it, but security, man, they do need to get fired because if you're gonna let this dude, he don't look like Clay. He don't look like Clay. He looked like Clay if he ate like fucking Hostess for 2 months straight.
hella
Yeah.
nachos.
set up shop in a fucking Burger King and shit, and just chilled in the back all day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gonna take a while. You know what I mean? But that's all I'm saying. He pulled a Plaxico, shot himself in the foot, and hey,
I think it's a little harsh though. I would say a season. Give him the fucking message.
Nah, he got banned.
But maybe
right.
not. Yeah, he's
fucked
done.
up. He
And
fucked
for
up.
concerts, anything has to do with.
But he can go
He
on road
can't
games though,
be.
right?
Yeah,
Right.
he can't go to Thrive City. He can't get in the store. He can't go to all. He can't go to Santa Cruz and watch the Santa Cruz Warriors. Oh man, all type of shit, man. I'm like, damn. Oh shit. I hope he got. Shit. I hope he got hella subscribers for that shit.
But he can watch on. He can go to the road games and watch on TV.
Yeah, he could
It
watch
ain't really
road
that
games and
bad.
shit.
The 10 G's is what I would have been fucking mad about. Was the
Yeah.
10 G's on that shit? Wow.
Are they 10,000 fine?
No, $10,000 tickets that he had. He couldn't get. He didn't get to watch the game.
Okay, I got you now.
So he paid $10,000 for 10 minutes on the court, basically.
Yeah.
It was the exchange.
But he better be happy with that shit, bro. You know what I mean? Some people
He
don't ever.
went viral. He went viral. You know what I'm saying? He'd be smart. He could get some cash out of that.
Yeah.
Flip that 10K into something.
You see any lawsuits coming? He'd probably lose them.
I don't see any lawsuits coming. I mean, he'd be kind of dumb to do that
Well,
shit.
they said that they can press like
They
some
could press
criminal-
charges.
Yeah, on that letter, like the city and shit.
I think they're gonna just let it ride. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey,
I think
those-
both sides are happy to end it like this without any kind of more.
Yeah,
Right.
because
Because
yeah,
it can get uglier.
yeah,
either
because
way.
you've seen the video. They're like, "Hey, do you have credentials? No. Okay, let's go." And
Yeah.
then I don't know if you noticed that Pilo was right there, and he's like, "Hey, what's up? Can I take a picture with you?"
Oh, I
Pilo
seen that
asked.
shit too. That shit was
Pilo
funny.
asked to take a picture with him. So you know what I'm saying. So
Knowing that he was the fake Klay though, right? He knew
yeah,
he was the
yeah,
real
no,
Klay.
yeah, and then they showed him outside. Some folks thought it was him. Somebody asked for an autograph. Some people asked.
Yeah, he
for
does
some
this. He
pictures.
does this spiel all the time.
Yes,
He does this.
yeah,
He gets off on this shit.
it's all good. Nobody got hurt.
Hondurian says looks like Klay hitting Tommy's joint too much.
Yeah,
That's
a
good.
little bit too much of Red Javas or something.
For real.
Yeah, he's off. Red Java still hits,
Definitely
man.
on Red Javas.
Fuck with the Red Javas every chance I get. They're still fucking kind of reasonable for their fucking burgers and shit too.
It's cool.
Anyway, getting
might hit
sidetracked
it
with
next
burger
week.
talk. But yeah, R.I.P. fake Klay at the Chase Center because that shit ain't going down. But shit, take your act on the road, man. You could probably make some money. You know, you could probably make some money doing that shit.
Shit, I'll go to Boston, try to see what's up. If I can get in at the Boston Arena and shit.
I was just about to say they can't ban him at the other spots, so he
Yeah,
can definitely
exactly.
follow the team.
Go up there. Hell yeah.
Hondaloni says, yeah, he got the boot because he made security look bad. Yeah, exactly.
Terrible.
That's the main
Somebody's
thing.
getting
And it was
fired,
on film,
for
and they're
sure.
like, man, you got us looking bad on film.
Oh yeah,
So
you
heads are gonna roll. I'd say
know that.
because you
know
got
that.
through 5 layers of security, 5 fucking layers, like it's a dip or something, man. Like what the fuck?
Them fools is definitely out of jobs right now. You know,
Yep.
that's for sure.
They definitely.
If anything, some good could come out of this because they could hire some people who actually know the sport and are going to be able to fucking tell who's who. Like that should be a fucking kind of a requirement, right? Like if you're going to let just anybody in, at least check them. Like, can I see your ID? All right, if you don't want to do that, you should know who the fuck is on the players on the team. Like that should be a prerequisite. So hopefully they share that shit up because there's going to be copycats. I'm sure that ain't that much of a deterrent. There's no jail time. You just get the boot. So hopefully you don't want some fucking psycho. Like I think you hinted at that. You don't want no psycho going in there, so, especially with all the weird shit we got going on in this country, doing some fucking weird shit and trying to shoot some shit up or something. So hopefully security gets their heads out of their ass because they were slipping on that one big time. 5 layers, 5-layer dip, man. Can't believe that shit. Okay, let's move on here. A little bit of Niner talk, nothing big. It's NFL talk, really. George Kittle was on. I'm not sure what show he was on, but he was saying that they should have 2 bye weeks now that there's 17 games. What do you guys think about this?
We're supposed to go up to 18 eventually, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what? I don't have a problem with them 2 bye weeks. And I mean, I'm dude. The way these motherfuckers play, they should have got 2 bye weeks already.
I've always felt that way, and I always side with the players on this type of shit because they're the ones out there risking their fucking lives. You know what I mean? Livelihoods.
Giving fucking bye weeks after week 4 or 5. What kind of shit is that? You know what I mean? And you got the fucking.
We always get shafted on that shit.
To be honest with you, I think everybody should have a bye week around the middle of the year, and you know what I'm saying. And then the following week they have another one for the rest of the teams. It just makes the most sense.
I don't like that. I don't like that competitive edge that it gives certain teams when they have bye weeks on we always get early, and then other teams, whoever Brady always gets his nice and late.
I
Um,
think the latest one we've ever gotten was like week 10 or something like that.
we get fucked on the buys. Like, we always get like week 4, 5, 6. What
Yeah.
do we got this year? 8?
We don't know. I
I don't
really
even
don't.
know either. I think I want to say it was like 8 this year. I think we got okay. I think,
Let me make sure. Let me see. Let me see.
but off the top of my head, I'm gonna say week 8 or 9. I think. I thought
It was
when I
later, wasn't it?
initially glanced at it, is it later?
I believe
I mean,
so.
that's kind of what you want is week 8, week 9, halfway through the season.
Yeah.
That's ideal. I always
The
felt like
week
they should.
nine. Week nine.
Week
Yeah.
9? Okay, yeah, see, so we got a decent one this year. I've always felt that, it should be right in the middle of the season and all just have a pause for the week, for the NFL. Pause a week.
I
I
mean,
mean,
I'm
what
against giving half the teams one on one week and then the other half on the next week. Just where you
but
constantly
if you have 2 bye weeks, then that's gonna be then you're gonna have, like, 4 different I mean, I guess kinda
that's
similar to what we got.
but I think no matter what they can make it work and they can still
Yeah, make it
put
work.
games. You know what I mean?
You
It's
get a
just
better product, you get healthier players, and
I mean you don't have to worry about the injuries. And ain't that what you really want? To be honest with you, I mean the NBA gets pissed when what I'm saying we go someplace and they're expecting a marquee matchup and then you sit everybody. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
Or you know what I'm saying, you have that marquee
Yeah.
matchup, you're missing one of your stars because he fucked around and rolled his ankle the week before, or another
Yeah,
guy
and NBA gets all that, load management, and they make their schedule nice for them now. They got a cushy
Oh yeah.
schedule
Yeah.
compared to back in the days, and it's like NFL is the ones who needs this,
they
load management shit. Yeah, they really deserve
Mhm.
it.
they do because in no other game is it is as dangerous, you know
Hockey, other than hockey.
you know what I mean. So it would just behoove them to be a little bit smarter when they're doing this kind of shit. I mean, at least I'm pretty sure we all think the same when it comes to that. I mean,
And college football, for their national championship, I believe it's like a month out, so your team can get really healthy. Maybe that's a little bit too much, but I
I was
mean, I
like weeks, but
teams
yeah, you might be right. Yeah, it is
no,
a
because
while.
they finish their season and then their game don't play till like January
They're
7th
doing
or something.
the playoffs now. Remember, they're doing the college playoffs, so it's a little less, ain't it?
Oh, that's true.
You
Okay,
know,
but before, yeah, okay.
when they had the BCS computer
Yeah,
bullshit.
that's what I was talking about. I'm tripping.
BCS.
Yeah,
I haven't been watching college the last 2 years. I've been just lagging on that shit. So I gotta get back on my college ball.
the playoffs ain't that bad, man. I mean, I'm glad they made that switch.
I watched a couple of the playoff games. Yeah,
It took forever. You know what I mean, for them to do it because they didn't want to give up their money, and control. That let's be honest, it was mostly the control that they didn't want to give up. But with this college football playoff, what I'm saying, situation, I think it's a lot better. You get to actually see some of the teams that you really want to see compete against each other get down. So I think that's pretty damn good. Um,
yeah. I'd like to see it expanded to 8.
yeah,
Personally,
yeah.
I mean, the argument against it is gonna be like, oh well, somebody's always gonna be on the outside looking in. True, but
But it's not as bad as the BCS was.
yeah, no way in hell. This is college football has been so much in the fucking dinosaur age, so far behind. They're finally starting to switch it around, but it's almost too late. Now you got people getting paid. It's just
The NILs, yeah, yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
I'm so happy. I think we talked about it on the show that we're so happy that the players are finally getting a little bit of pay. That they can do this now. It's been a while. Should have been implemented 20 years ago, but whatever.
Yeah,
Better late than never. But the NCAA is just it's a mess. That's a whole nother show.
yeah.
NCAA is a joke. But I'm for this. What about you, Leo? You ain't get a chance to
uh,
put your take on this one.
I think I where once they announced the whole 18 weeks and having 17 games, then the owners want 2 bye weeks, and I believe the union said no. I don't.
You could be right on that. I'm not
I
100%
remember
sure.
hearing
I know
some.
I kind of remember some talk, but I don't remember
Yeah, so I remember they like
100%.
the owners said let them have 2 bye weeks, but I think the union said no. Yeah, and also I've heard like maybe why not make Thanksgiving weekend just a bye for everybody and just have
Nah,
those
I
three
don't like that
games
idea.
play for Thanksgiving. That's another
Oh,
thing I've
okay,
heard.
okay, okay.
So
That's okay.
you have your 3 Thanksgiving games, but then the rest of the
And take off the Cowboys, please, or make them play the Lions in the morning game so everybody can
Mhm.
sleep through that one. That's perfect. That
Yeah,
we talked about this on
we said
one
that.
of these
Yeah.
episodes. That was my fucking
Cool.
solution. Let the
Mhm.
Lions and Cowboys play each other. You get the
Uh-huh.
tradition. You get that shit in the early morning when most people are
Knock
still
that game
sleeping.
out of the way.
Knock that game out of the way. You get all.
Mhm.
They can rotate 1 week. 1 year they're
Mhm.
in Dallas. Next year they're in Detroit. Let
Yeah.
them fucking clowns play each other. And then those other two game slots are free for the rest of us to
Yeah.
get the Niners in there, get some other big matchups.
Yeah.
We're sick of it. The whole country's sick of it except for Dallas and Detroit. And I'm sure Detroit is very sick of it because they get stomped out like cowardly
Every year.
lions every fucking year.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah,
yeah.
they got to be able to do something like that. That could be the fucking tradition. Make it happen.
Yeah. So
Goodell, fuck.
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I've heard. People say, yeah, why not? Just have your Thanksgiving games, just give by, and for the rest of the league. And I was like, yeah, it sounds pretty good. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that. So yeah, let these guys get their 2 bye weeks. Like we see a lot of injuries, we see a lot of careers, being short because of injuries. Now that you have a next game, and also yeah, give this guys
Yeah,
another
and
second bye week.
Kittle would be the one to know. He's one of the most physical players in the game, so he's
Mhm,
letting you know as a physical guy,
mhm.
this is what our bodies need. We need more rest. Yeah, that's basically what
Yeah,
he's saying.
yeah,
So I'm with Kittle on this one big time. Not
Yep,
being a homer, just
yeah,
he's a physical dude. I mean,
yeah.
most physical tight end in the game by far.
easily.
I would say one of the top 10 most physical guys in the whole fucking game as it is. Uh, so yeah, I mean, Kittle's fucking dead on this one. Hopefully, it doesn't fall on deaf ears, and hopefully, somebody makes something happen with this.
Hmm.
I
You
think
know,
the subject will be broached again once they move up to the 18 game schedule.
Yeah,
Um, coming within another year or two or something like that.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember the contract was signed, which is why we went to 17. Yeah, I mean,
I'd much rather see an extra round of the playoffs or something than another round, another week or two. You know what I mean?
right,
Personally, I mean, you
right.
already took away the 2 seed getting the buy, so fuck it, take away the 1 seed getting the buy. Just make it whatever extended like that way.
Matter what we think, it's these greedy ass owners and shit. You know what I mean?
Goodell, the
If
fuck.
they get out of the game, they're gonna get it. You know what I mean? And so if they're gonna do that shit and they're not having a problem with another bye week, and of course they shouldn't because they're just protecting their investment on all these guys. You know what I'm saying? So I do think it'll be broached again, and then I think this time around
Mhm.
it won't be falling on deaf ears, or the union will pull their head out of their ass for their guys and be like, you know what, they do need another week off. So
I could see us getting a similar like play-in tournament where the last two wild cards play each other to get that slot. I could see that coming too
yeah,
down the road.
that would be good. That'd be a ferocious game. You
You
know
can
what I mean?
tweak it a little bit.
You
I
know what
don't
I mean?
like the current format they got. I don't like just that the 1 seed gets the bye week. I don't like that.
Yeah.
It's just fuck it, make the 1 seed play too. Then if you don't want bye weeks, I mean shit. Top two should get it.
I'd really like to see,
Top two for sure.
even if they won it, like, because the undeserving teams that win their fucking division with fucking 7-8 record kind of bullshit, I'd like to see that team get supplanted by a team with superior record, whether in that same conference or not. I don't give a shit. But it does need to be addressed because these guys, coming in and cupcake team, you know what I'm saying, and they get in on a 7-9 record. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, you won your division. Well, your division was a dumpster fire, so somebody had to win in the first place. You don't deserve a first fucking round bye, in my opinion, with that shit.
I don't have as much of a problem only because it's such an outlier. I think it rarely happens.
Hey,
Um,
come on now, it's happened 2 years in a row, 3 years maybe.
but my
Cowboy.
thing is win your division too. Like you got to win your fucking division or you got no gripes.
I don't think that's enough if your division sucks. You know what I mean? I think that's just kind of like a gimme.
True. I mean, I'm not super passionate about that. I could go either way, but yeah.
I don't want to see a team that goes 12 and 12-5. You know what I'm saying? And they got to play a fucking wild card game while this other team went, like I said, 7-9 or 7-10 or you know what I mean or whatever, and they won their division. You know what I'm saying? So they get a first round bye. That doesn't work for me. You know what I mean? I think that's
Mhm.
just some shit, and that's an old ass archaic rule that needs to fuck around and get took care of. I mean, if we can do you know basically throwing in replay, you know what I'm saying, just to make sure we got the right calls. Why can't we do that?
Yeah, I mean, it could be
Mhm.
tweaked. It's a couple things that need to be tweaked. Some of these,
Makes it much more competitive, in my opinion. And we do want to see good games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's just how I feel about it as a football fan, not just a
yeah,
Niner fan, as a football fan in general.
I got you. All right, see, we're running through shit pretty quick. What else we got? Okay, let's go with the we'll do a little boxing talk. Um, top 10. I know you guys didn't get a chance to do your list, but it's all good. You guys can talk shit about mine if you want. Leo be hating on my shit, but it's all good. Um,
Where you at, mate? Hop on.
shit, I don't think I can display my shit. I used to be able to display. I gotta go in here and tweak the fucking settings, but I used to be able to display my
Let's talk
screen
about
on
E
here.
Majors. He dropped his
All
recently.
right, we can. Let me get his list. I had it up earlier. Give me a second. Kind of
Then
baked. I had a
send
little bit of an edible, so I'm kind of slow tonight.
and
I'm a
then send
lightweight when it comes to that.
and send me that if you put in the template. Send me so I can post it on Twitter.
Yeah, I posted
Too.
it. I mean, I put it in a fucking template earlier, and then I went to make mine again, and for some reason that shit deleted it. So I got to go in there. I'll do it again tonight. We'll drop them
All right,
tomorrow morning,
all right.
at least R2.
Shit,
Let's
how far?
see. Hold
Shit,
on.
let
Give me
me.
one more second. Still pulling this shit up.
I got a pin over here. See, I might as well just do mine right now as we talk.
Yeah. Real quick, let's touch on this while because I know Sal's seen that. Just touch on that Glover fight real quick while we're pulling this shit up. I didn't get a
Uh,
chance to see. I only seen the highlights.
Which
So,
fight?
Glover
UFC.
Fury.
Oh, I missed it. I missed it.
So it was a really good card. There was some really good fights. Um, all the way up and down the card, there were some pretty damn good fights. You know, we had a
That's what
good
I heard too.
scouts and whatnot, and you know, what I'm saying some kids, you know, really put themselves up on the map. Um, but you know, mostly I'm just gonna get at you know the main situations. Obviously, Joanna, you know, what I'm saying I really was hoping that she could actually do a little something better, but it looks like you know the candle on her career just got blown out. You know what I mean? Because you know I really don't think she was the same after the first fight she had with Wei Lee. You know, I mean, when she got turned into what, you know, basically amounted to an alien with all the freaking hematomas on her face. So I don't think she was ever the same after that. You know, no, she was strong and, you know, it was a, you know, one of those fights that will always be remembered. But this one around was nowhere near that. I think she lost a little something, you know, after that fight. It's kind of like it's a similar situation where Rock fought Yoel Romero twice. He's has never been the same after those two fights. He won those fights against Yoel, but it's just something to be said about when you have crazy wars against people like them. Things are going to change for you. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, you know, physics and the body ain't the same when you get rocked ridiculously like that by people that have that much power in them and they could really just like you talk about people that can kill you, you know what I'm saying, with you know, with their bare hands. You're talking about two people right there, Zhang Wei Li and you know, Yoel Romero. So it didn't really shock me that she lost. I was just hoping that she would, you know, she would go in there and, you know, bang hard. Um, a really sad, you know, really sad day because she was a full time competitor in every fight that she was in. She brought it. So you know, see you. Happy trails, Joanna. Yo, JJ. Um, we didn't see too many, you know, savages like you. You know what I'm saying? I wish we could see more. It was a quick fight. She got, so I think it was some kind of like spinning elbow in a scrum, and she got dropped, and that was the end of that. So it was a great fight for as long as it went around.
Uh,
It
I
just
got
had
to interrupt you real quick. Just some basketball news just came across the wire. Woj, ESPN reporting the Houston Rockets are trading forward center Christian Wood to Dallas Mavericks for the 26th and the 22 pick, and Boban Marjanovic, Trey Burke, Maurice Chris, and Sterling Brown. So
yeah,
it's a big move for Dallas right there.
read that one earlier. Hey,
Oh, you
Luke,
did? Okay. I'm
you can
I'm like
help. And so, of course, they're going to try to make something happen. And
I'm late to the party. Shit, that was way earlier too.
Cuban ain't afraid to spend money, so that's one good thing about that guy. So,
All
um,
right, go ahead. Get back to UFC. My bad for derailing your shit.
that with the first championship fight with Shevchenko and Talia Santos,
Oh, I
um,
heard that. I want to take because I heard that the other
people
one.
were a big thing about the fact that Santos was trying to control um, Valentina, and she did a pretty decent job of it. She did. Problem is, and this is the thing that everybody seems to forget, but this is another problem with MMA and the judging. It's not what's the freaking word I'm looking for here? He's not consistent. You know what I mean? Because
That's a
this,
boxing as well.
yeah, it's the problem there. There's no consistency. There's plenty of fights that I've seen where a guy gets like 5 takedowns, right? But he
Mhm.
does nothing with them, so no damage. He just kind of lays on the guy, but then he gets the win. You know what I mean? Afterwards, and then you look at his punch numbers, his striking numbers, and they're not that much. They're not great, and then you could see that his opponent probably had better striking numbers, you know. But because he got taken down 5 times, what I mean, he gets the win. And then we see a fight like this where Shevchenko gets taken down, kind of controlled a little bit. You know what I mean? And Santos is throwing up all these submission attempts and stuff like that. But it was no time at all in a lot of that I see Valentina in much major danger. Um, there was one point where she was going, Santos was going for this rear naked forever. I think it was like the first round or second. I can't remember exactly which round, but Valentina kept just fighting it off, fighting it off, fighting it off. And there was no point there did it seem like she was actually going to get it up under her chin and lock it in. So it was kind of, whatever with one of those. A lot of people are saying too that
So you
they,
had it. You had how did you have it? 3-2.
I took just sleep. So I was in and out in that fight because I had to fucking do the cooking.
Yeah, I feel you.
From what I saw in the first round, it seemed more like Valentina's round. You know what I mean? And she definitely took 4 and 5. People can argue all day. The first round, should have went to Santos and whatnot. I can't really argue too much with it because, like I said, I only caught so much of it. But what I did catch, Valentina was definitely doing more striking, and she was definitely trying to, maneuver her way out of a lot of these takedowns and a lot of these submission attempts. So the thing that turned everything and was in I think round 3 when they accidentally had the accidental headbutt and they clashed heads and it led to Santos having a broken orbital. So at that moment immediately in round 4 and 5, you seen Valentina was just mad dog after bone and she was throwing kicks, punches, elbows, everything at that eye. You know, now could she have, regardless of the broken orbital, would Valentina had come out supercharged like that anyway? I believe she would have. You know what I mean? But would it have, the fact that she lost like half of her sight because she could barely open her eye in
Bam.
Santos, would that have really, changed anything? And that's what a lot of people are complaining about. I mean, even fighters like Sean O'Malley and to a lesser extent DC, you know what I mean? So everybody was saying the same thing, like, oh, she copped, a lucky win there and this and that. Let's not forget that she came into the fight with a fucked up foot. You know what I mean? So she wasn't all there anyway. You know what I mean? So a lot could be said for all that was going on there. The final tally of everything, though, is Shevchenko is still the champion. You know what I mean? 9-fight
Mhm.
win. So, I mean, if you going, if you want to beat a man, you got to beat the man. And that same saying goes exactly same for the women. So I think
You
from
think
what
we'll
I
see a rematch? Because I
from
didn't see any of it, so I can't say it.
close to the brink she took her and what people are saying, I would say that she probably would deserve a rematch. You know what I
And
mean?
there's
Just
nobody else really out there that can really fuck with her anyway, right?
much cleaned the division out already 3 or 4 fighters ago, bro. You know what I mean? The
So
only other
let him run it back. Fuck it.
the only other people there that really make sense for her is Amanda Nunes and Juliana. You know what I mean? And maybe because she said she wants Nunes or Juliana or she wants the winner of the Misha Tate and I can't remember who she's fighting next. So
But aren't
she's
they are those two bigger than her? Or am I tripping?
well, no, because she's fought Amanda twice. Now Amanda
Okay.
beat her. I think she beat Pena once. Yeah, she beat Pena once, and I don't know if she's ever fought Misha. But Misha, I mean, whatever, cupcake. She got the right, nickname because I don't really have any faith in her anymore. Especially if she got punked on by Ronda. You know what I mean? So that's just really like whatever to me. But yeah, I say yeah, let him run it back. And you get a healthy Valentina. You know what I mean? And then we see if she really had it in her to go ahead and overdo her if she was healthy and if it changes anything. So. But the big cherry on top of this whole card was the Jiri Prohaska and Glover fight, Glover Sheriff. That
Yeah,
fight,
I wanted to watch that shit, but I missed it.
go back and watch that because that fight is worth every minute of watching.
Yeah, I
You
seen the highlights
Yeah.
but
in
I
there,
definitely got to watch it.
dude, they went in there and beat the shit out of each other. You know what I mean? But the thing that had me tripping like hell, that had me going, God dang, was Glover. That dude is a beast and a fucking half, dude. And the best part about it is it came so many years after we were deprived of him for so many
Hmm.
years. You know what I mean? We were deprived of him in the beginning because of all his visa issues and all that shit. Dude, we would have saw the second coming of Chuck Liddell through him. You know what I mean? If we would have got him when he was younger. Because that dude came in and he did the same everything that Chuck did. He was working with Hamilton at the pit. You know what I mean? This dude was a monster when he was young. And it just shows how much of a monster he is now that he's 20 years later. You know what I'm saying? The guy's my age. He's fucking 42, 43 years old. And he's dropping these young cats
Yeah.
like luggage. You know what I'm saying? So I think personally, he was tired, bro. You know what I mean? And he made that one mistake and it costed him. You know what I mean?
But
And that's
you had him up from what you seen, you had him up on the cards comfortably.
with eyes and reason in their brain, eyes in their head and reason in their brain knew that he won that fight by at least 4 rounds. He outclassed Jiri. But don't get it wrong. He didn't outclass Jiri by like, leagues,
Hmm.
pounds, and Jiri didn't have no, reason being in that.
Moments.
Not at all. You know what I mean? Prohaska went in there and he gave all he as good as he got. So, but the problem was is just he didn't have, the all around performance that Glover did. You know what I mean? Now,
Now I haven't heard much of a rematch, and I'm shocked that they should have been talking about rematch already, from what
well,
I hear.
will happen. I think that will. I think Glover has earned that. You know what I mean? And the fact that he fucked this dude up. Really, though, it's all mostly about what Dana wants, and if it's more money, then Dana will make that happen. But um, the fact that he was within probably a second of knocking, what I'm saying, taking that title home for his, successful title defense, um, just warrants that in the first fucking place. He in the beginning of the fifth round, he caught Jiri with just a vicious, I think it was a right hand, a vicious right straight or cross. And Jiri kind of just, flumped over from the waist, forward, from the waist up. He just slumped forward. And the first thing that Glover thought was, here we go, guillotine. Let's end this shit. Let me go home. I'm fucking tired. Problem was, they're both bloody. They're both sweaty. He goes for that and slips out, and boom, he's on his back. You know what I mean? And he gets up and they go stab, that whole round. And he was catching him, but you could see that he lost a lot of force behind the blows because he was so tired.
Yeah.
And at the time the jury got on him and, got that sunk in that choke, he just didn't have anything left. You know what I mean? And he was just gassed the fuck out. Now, if he doesn't go for that guillotine in the beginning of the round and he makes Jiri stand with him, he knocks him out cold. Because he went after that punch, he was kind of like, on Queer Street. He didn't really, he was kind of like just whoa. You know what I mean? Going for that guillotine allowed him a chance to catch his breath and get his man back together. If he'd have made him stand with him right there and he swung a couple more times, yeah, he'd have been done. He would have went down just like he when he dropped Anthony Smith. So you can't really fault him for it. I mean, you can because it's two combatants in the ring. You know what I'm saying? If you fuck up, you're the one that catches the blame. But that's what happens when you get tired. You know what I mean? You make
No
mistakes.
doubt. Well, I'm down to see it. I gotta watch it the first time, but I'm down to see the rematch because I'm hearing this was Glover definitely deserves another shot.
Dude, this fight, it's one of the ones that you need to watch just for MMA 101.
I'm gonna peep it on YouTube for sure.
Check it out, man. You won't be disappointed.
Late breaking news. I don't know if you heard this one already too. According to ESPN MMA Instagram, Aljo Sterling versus TJ Dillashaw 279 Saturday September 10th is official.
Just ran across my screen right now, actually.
Okay, cool. What do you
Well, that's
think on this one? I does Dillashaw really deserve a shot this early? I think there's more deserving guys out there. Let me just pull up a list while I'm looking.
what he wanted. He wanted either him or he wanted Aldo. And it kind of makes a little bit of sense, especially for the simple fact that there's maybe one guy out there that I think deserves it a little bit more than either one of those guys, but he hasn't been fighting. You know what I mean? And that's Cejudo. I would rather make that matchup because so Aljamain's very athletic and he's a very good wrestler. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. Cejudo's a Olympic level wrestler and he's got some pretty cool hands, decent power in him. You
He
know,
can box. He can box.
I think that would be a better
I think I
fight.
said that too. That's a nice matchup.
I think that's a way better fight than Sterling. What's the name has a win over? Excuse me. Cejudo has a win over Dillashaw, so I really wouldn't care to watch that fight. Um, and I love Aldo, but this late in his career, I still don't see him doing that well against guys that have strictly wrestled the shit out of him. You know what I mean? And he doesn't. He's not the same knockout artist that he was in the beginning of his career. He doesn't even really throw that many leg kicks like he used to. He would throw those soccer leg kicks at your shit and just destroy your legs. He doesn't do that as much anymore either. Um, he's very he's very measured in the way he fights now. You know what I mean? He's still one of my favorite fighters. Always will be. Just on the strength of what he did in what's the name? What I mean, but he's definitely definitely a different fighter now because of age. So I think that they were shooting for a more um, exciting fight, and I think they're going to get some of that with Dillashaw and Sterling. But
Make sure
just
you drug test for this one because Dillashaw been
right, yeah, totally.
off that juicy juice.
I think Dillashaw is still a way better striker than Sterling. Sterling is just a great athletic marvel. He can do a lot of stuff that a lot of other people can't.
Yeah, Dillashaw has that nice in and out speed. He got quick feet. Um,
Very
I'll,
technical.
yeah, I'll take Sterling though. I think um, I think Sterling eventually may be able to get him down. Early rounds, I could see going to Dillashaw.
If he tries to get into a prolonged striking battle with Dillashaw, it's not going to end well for him.
No,
Dillashaw,
he got to get him on the ground for sure.
Dillashaw's definitely will cut him up on the feet, just because he trained with dang it, fucking can't remember my nigga's name now. Um, Ludwig, since he trained with Ludwig so hard for so long, he's so much better on the feet, in my opinion, than Aljamain is. But you know, if Aljamain, relies a lot more on his wrestling and submissions, I think he'll walk away from this with a
And I'm
successful title.
looking at the divisional rankings currently. So the only other viable options, would have been Part Three versus Jan, which I see. I That'll come down the road. I think eventually. Um, it wasn't no, there wasn't really no need for that to be right now, immediate. Um, Aldo, like you mentioned, that's a nice matchup, but I think is a little bit much for him at this point in Aldo's career. Uh, Sandhagen that would be a nice fight too.
Sandhagen
But
got a couple of losses though. That's the
yeah,
problem.
he lost to Jan, and he's 14-4 overall. But I guess you could say I don't know if Dillashaw's more deserving though because he got all that juice. I mean, I would probably give it to Sandhagen personally, but I know they're trying to sell and make fights, so I mean, I get it.
By process of elimination, you know what I'm saying? It's like TJ basically got the if you really want to think about it, TJ kind of got that shot because who else is there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that
Cejudo, you could see Cejudo down the road if Aljo somehow if he gets the win on this one. I think
right.
Cejudo needed some time to get in. I think they were saying there was an issue with just the drug testing itself. Something about he
Well,
had
he
to give a certain
re
amount of time. Yeah.
re-entered the pool. So, you
Hmm.
know, that's one. And he hasn't fought in forever. So you would think that they have to have give him at least one person. And if they do and he comes back, you know, I mean, quick enough, then I think that one person will probably more than likely be Aldo. You know what I mean? Because they already talk about Aldo as deserving of a title shot. So I think Cejudo gets in, and if he does get in quick enough, you know what I mean, he gets a shot at Aldo. If he beats Aldo, he gets a shot at the title.
For sure. All right. Well, let's switch gears slightly towards another combat sport, boxing. Let's
Boxeo.
do a little bit of pound for pound list. What'd you say? You said go off E Major's list first, Leo.
Yeah, he's put that up, and then
I can't put it up. I got
yeah.
no. But I
All
could just
right.
list it.
Oh yeah, you just said.
So he has Crawford number 1, Spence number 2, Usyk at 3, Inoue at 4, Canelo at 5, Bivol at 6, and Estrada 7, Devin Haney at 8, and Stevenson 9, and closes it out with Fury at 10.
Hmm.
I
That's a solid list. I mean,
yeah,
I don't have Spence that high.
I don't know. I'd probably, you know, tweak one or two of those, but other than that, yeah, I got nothing. Yeah, I got nothing to say about that list. Pretty decent list.
Um, Let me see. What was my gripe with it? Nothing major. Pretty much all the guys there. Personally, I don't think I'd have Fury there, only because heavyweights. I mean, it's kind of hard to go pound for pound when they're heavyweights already. They already get a lot of the limelight anyway. So I kind of lean towards the lower weight classes. I think because they need
Mm-hmm.
to get their chance to shine. I don't know. That's just
Tweak
me though.
7 or 8.
He had Fury 10.
You're at 10.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
not bad.
I'd probably put Tank up there maybe. Let me see my list real quick. Who did I was fucking around with it earlier today too.
You didn't
Uh,
put Jermel Charlo in it, even though he just
nah,
won the.
cause I fucking talked him out of it. He didn't want no smoke.
Hmm.
Uh, Remember we were arguing for fucking hours about that the other day in
Mm-hmm.
group chat. But I think what it comes
I
down to
think
with
he
Jamel
deserves it.
Charlo,
I think he deserves to be in the
you think
top
so?
10 part. Yeah,
I don't
I
think
think
so,
so.
and let me tell you why. He
I wouldn't
unified, right? But it took him 2
say
chances. He got L's and a draw. He got an L and a draw
yeah.
to get that unification.
I wouldn't put him before Javante. If he deserves to be on the list, Javante deserves it more.
Yeah, because he's undefeated.
Right.
He's bringing excitement. He's knocking people out.
Yep.
Uh, Charlo's good. Don't get me wrong. This Charlo's good. The other one, he's fucking ducking everybody. But this Charlo, the 154 Charlo, uh, is solid. I couldn't really say I'd hate on him being at 10, but at the same time, like, okay, so let me get to my list. I got Bud at number 1. I got Usyk at number 2. Because Usyk cleaned out that um
I think Usyk should be
cruiserweight.
number 1.
You think so? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
He cleaned out that cruiserweight division, but there's nobody at cruiserweight. So that's like a now you can say the same thing about Crawford. He cleaned out a 140 division when there was nobody really there either. But to me, it comes down to I think Crawford's a better fighter. And the way he stopped Porter, who's never been stopped, that's a big point for me.
Yeah.
Errol Spence, who was the boogeyman for 5 years, supposedly nobody wanted to fight him. He couldn't even get rid of Sean Porter, and Bud did. He wasn't a clean knockout; it was a TKO. His corner threw the towel in after a knockdown, but I think we all seen where it was going. So that's the reason I got Crawford because Sean Porter, other than Canelo, has the best resume in boxing, and I know Porter has retired since, but he's been in there with everybody: Thurman,
Mm-hmm.
Spence, Crawford, Danny Garcia, um, Broner. Who the fuck? He's been in with everybody. So he's a good barometer test. And he's tough as nails. He's never looked bad in a fight. He's also been in there with what's his name? Ugas. He went 12 with Uga.
Ugas, yeah.
Uh so he's been in there with everybody. So for me, Spence wasn't able to get him out of there. So that says a lot about Crawford. That shows you how technical, precise, and powerful he is, and that
Mm-hmm.
gives him the slight edge over Usyk, in my opinion.
Okay.
Usyk did beat Joshua, but Joshua's been knocked out before by your boy Andy Ruiz. So to me,
Right.
that was the deciding factor. They're both undefeated. So I got Crawford 1, Usyk 2. I got Spence 3, um, Anuye 4,
Mm-hmm.
Bivol. I got ahead. E Major had Canelo ahead of Bivol, but I got to put Bivol ahead of Canelo, and
Yeah.
I dropped Canelo down to 6.
Oh, yeah, definitely have been ball. Yeah.
After I was examining it, today I was looking at it and I'm like, well, I mean, Canelo does got 2 losses and 2 draws, technically.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I can't really hold these guys who have undefeated records, even though they haven't faced the opponents. It gets tricky, and it comes down to personal preference.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of arguments I see online about. I got in a few over the weekend about pound for pound, because
Mm-hmm.
boxing fans are fucking passionate, and
Yeah.
everybody kind of has their own guys.
Yeah.
You want to give props to everybody, but we all have our own guys we're riding with. For me, I tend to ride with Crawford. I think he's the best in the game. And I like Canelo because I think he's proven a lot. But at the same time, um, it is kind of punishing him for going up and daring to be great and taking the loss to Bivol.
True.
But it's hard to put a guy ahead of a guy who beat the guy. You know what I'm saying? And Bivol
Yeah.
beat him fair and square, even though it wasn't at Canelo's natural division. And Canelo has more bigger fights. Bivol's undefeated, and he beat Canelo head to head. So
Yeah.
that's why I got Canelo below Bivol, and I got Canelo at 6. But I mean, let's be honest. Canelo's, if he takes on one of these young lions, if he takes on any of these young cats, he's gonna get
Mm-hmm.
catapulted right to the top anyway. I don't know. It's gonna be hard to take that spot from Crawford or Spence winner. I think that's the future there. They're gonna hold it for a little
Yeah.
while, and then so after that, I got Estrada, Juan Francisco Estrada. Uh, you know, boxing fans know who he is. They know he's a G. They know he's solid fighter, 42-3 overall. But he's been in there with everybody in his weight division.
Mm-hmm.
And we're got to see the Chocolatito Part 3 eventually. I know we're gonna see that, so
Definitely come down.
that's gonna be ill. So the big ones who moved up for me was Inoue at 4. I think I had him like 8 or 9 on my last list in
Oh
May.
yeah.
But he got that big win over Donaire. That's 2 wins over Donaire. First fight was very close, but this one there was no
Oh,
doubt
yeah.
about it. We
Seen
didn't get a
that,
chance to talk about that. He came out like a pit bull going after a
Great
fucking
dominating. Yeah.
Chihuahua, and just not calling no, not dissing Donaire, because Donaire's a great fighter, but yeah, you could see he had that sense for blood in his nose, and he came out and he took it
No.
right
Yeah.
to Nonito and got him out of there quick. I mean, real quick. He hurt him in the first round, and I
Mm-hmm.
think he got him out of there in round 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Second
So
round.
I moved him up. And then after Estrada, I got Haney at 28-0 at number 8. And I got him over Stevenson, even though I think Stevenson's the better fighter, and I think Stevenson will eventually be number 1 pound for pound down the road and beat Devin Haney at some point. Just because I guess I give more to the unification. Even though Stevenson beat, I think, a better fighter in Oscar Valdez than Cambosos. I think Valdez was a better fighter. But Hayden unified. He got all the belts at 135. So I mean, I put him there for now, but I think Shakur is going to catch him, and I think he's going to leapfrog a lot of people in the next couple of years. And then at number 10, I threw in. I was going between, like I mentioned, Fury and Tank Davis, but to me, heavyweights, they kind of got their own thing going on. It could be just my thing, but I think they kind of got their own thing going on. And you look at Fury, he outweighed Deontay Wilder by like 30 pounds. So to me, I can't really put pound for pound if you're outweighing a guy by 30 when you're looking at all this. That's just me personally. Second fight, I think it was more like 15 or 20, but that first fight was 30, probably 45 pounds by fight night, unofficial weights. So that's just me. I know a lot of people do have Fury kind of high up, but you can make your list, put your own shit,
Hmm.
criticize me. I don't really give a fuck, but don't come at me if you don't got a list. That's my point. So
Yeah.
yeah,
No
but
Josh Taylor.
I'm not big on Josh Taylor. No, I thought
Okay.
he lost. I thought he lost to Catterall. I don't think it was really a close fight. And he was favored big in that fight.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. Did you see that fight?
I think we did. Yeah, I watched it. I think we both
So
were. I don't know. Solo, you watched that fight?
Not
Catterall
really.
versus Josh Taylor.
No.
All
so
right.
I just have a hard time putting him up there. After that performance,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I say he lost the fight. The judges can say officially whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in the minority on this one. If you go back and you look at the polls,
Yeah.
I'd say like 70% were 75% were saying that Catterall won the fight, and it wasn't really even
Uh,
close.
I think yeah. I think we talked about it. I think
We
we
did talk
remember.
about it. Yeah, we broke
Yeah,
it
I
down on
think we
here.
said that Catterall did take the lead earlier, but then it looked like he just fell flat and he wasn't doing enough to
But I still had
dominate.
him winning though. He still
And
had
yeah,
enough.
I know.
I
Yeah,
thought he still had enough rounds in the
I
bag.
think yeah, I think we both said that I had like yeah, I think Josh said could have lost this, but I think what they were fighting in the UK in England, right? Or no, in Ireland,
England, I believe it was in
England,
England.
somewhere like that. So you're gonna give. I mean,
Oh,
I
Scotland. My bad, Scotland.
yeah.
It
So
Scotland.
I remember we were talking about that fight, and yeah, I would still have Josh Taylor somewhere in the 9 or 10 for me
So you'd
if I
have him
make.
over Stevenson, Haney, or Fury,
Probably
or
over.
well, I don't know how your list would shape
I
out.
would probably be a Stevenson.
You boo
Uh,
Stevenson? Oh, you're tripping,
mhm,
man. That dude's the truth.
mhm. He's
That's
good,
the
but I
best.
just
That's the best. That's the best of the best coming up.
I think he has a couple more fights and he,
But he
if he
had two
wins.
tough fights. His last two fights were against Valdez and what the hell's that other cat's name who beat
Well, he whipped the shit out of Valdez, and he just got. And he was then he
yeah,
getting
and
top
that
for.
plays into it too, is how you look in your
Mhm.
performances. And
I gotta make my list.
Stevenson looked stellar. I mean,
Mhm.
he has the
Has
best
a bright
defense out of
future,
all them
yeah.
dudes. And he skunked Oscar Valdez, who is an undefeated fighter coming in. So for me, I mean, that's not hard for me to have. I actually kind of wanted to put Stevenson a little bit ahead, a little bit further up, but you kind of got to give a little bit for undisputed because
Yeah,
it is hard to get all five of them. There's too many fucking belts anyway,
there's
but it's
hell
hard to get
belts.
all of them. But I don't know. What do you guys think about my list, about his list, and just your
I think
guys'
yeah,
take on
I
shit?
think they're both solid. Solid. I would also have Canelo somewhere in the 5 to 7. I would have to make my list, but definitely I would have Usyk, Crawford, Inoue, mm, somewhere like
Yeah, I think the top
that would be
five.
my top five
I
somewhere
think
right
the
there.
top five is kind of consensus. It's just order at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, Crawford, Spence, Usyk, Inoue, Canelo. Ain't really no disputing any of that. I don't
Hmm.
think. Yeah. Well, I mean, I said Bivol over Canelo only because he got the
And
heavyweight
Bivol,
belt
yeah,
too.
that's a yeah. Definitely put Bivol over Canelo for right now.
Yeah. So
First
I got him
list,
at 6.
it did have Canelo over Bivol. That's probably one of the ones I would have swapped to Bivol over Canelo. Um, the rest of that first list, I didn't have a problem with. Other than David Tank not actually being on that list. But really, I could go with or without him being on the list. But I
Hmm.
just think he deserves a little bit more respect. But other than that, yeah, that first list I didn't really disagree with too much.
Hmm.
Okay. What about mine? What do you feel about Fury? Do you think he
Um,
go? Do you
I
have that
think
same take as I got, or you got something else?
Gypsy King doesn't get near as much respect as he deserves. To be honest with you, I mean the guy's a lineal champ and he's defended it, and he never really ever lost it either. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He's added to it, so you gotta give him his dap. I mean, the only person I think he really needs to fight is Joshua, and he doesn't even really need to fight that guy. I mean,
Yeah.
let's be honest, dude. Joshua lost to Andy Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? And I think personally, if Andy Ruiz would have took the rematch seriously, he probably would have lost that fight too. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
looking on Joshua, I mean, it didn't happen, so he got a reprieve. But his career would have been over. He lost twice to Andy Ruiz.
Yeah.
wouldn't have been getting high profile fights anymore. Simple and plain. So, yeah, I think that probably the only person that Fury really needs to fight. I think he does need to get some of his propers. Although, I mean, we could also say that he probably shouldn't be in the position that he's in. What with that fucking was it 20 count that he got when he fought fucking Deontay Wilder? You know what I'm saying?
I
So
thought it was long. Leo says it wasn't, but I say that shit was long.
I was with my boy, and we were watching the fight as it went down. And you know what I'm saying? I turned to him and was like, damn, that ref was a little funny with that one. He was like, I know, right? I was like, yeah, now that motherfucker went and pulled one of these. All right, get up, get up. Okay. Okay. All right. One,
Yeah, that
two.
shit was.
I mean that you never know, man. You know what I mean? So that's
Yeah.
why I don't put a lot of watch time into boxing. There are definitely certain cards that I'm intrigued by, and I do watch the majority of them. Um, but I'm an MMA guy, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I mean, they have their issues too, but just the unmitigated corruption that's always going to surround boxing for the rest of, from beginning to end is just what bothers me with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
too many
there is
sanctioning bodies, too many
just
too
too
many
much on.
judges.
It's palms getting greased. I will say this: there is no footwork like boxing footwork. You know what I'm saying? And I always love to watch the guys that can glide around the ring and dump one on your chin before you could even react to it. You know what I mean? Because I've met dudes like that and boxed with him, and it's a motherfucker when you can't touch somebody who's not even an inch away from you. You know what I mean? That's a very humbling experience. So, yeah, a lot of that I don't get into it too much, but boxing. What I heard maybe 20 years ago, boxing's dead. Boxing been dying for fucking 100 years, bro. It's not going anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Especially if people want to continue to pay for it.
Mhm.
So,
yeah.
that's my
That shit's always been funny to me too.
right. Um, with,
Leo, let me
as far
ask
as
you.
your list, bro, because I didn't comment on it. I don't have a problem with your list either, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You just you had a different way of looking at some of it. You know what I mean? So, your list seems pretty fine to me as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know,
Yeah, I mean the one thing I personally I had trouble taking Canelo out of the top because I don't really want to punish guys for being daring to be great, but
right.
at the same time he took the L. So I mean,
Yeah.
Well, it's
and it
different.
kind of wasn't super close. It was kind of like clear cut.
Yeah. You could tell the way.
It,
You
we
were
see,
calling that fight.
and this is exactly what I'm talking about. The difference between MMA and boxing, because we just saw that recently with I tell you when he went over to try to take Jan's belt and didn't succeed, and Jan basically took it to him. He didn't really drop that far in the P4P rankings. You know what I'm saying? Because he tried to go become a double champ. You know what I mean? But in
Hmm.
boxing, that's like, you dared to be great, and we all love you for that. But you just, now it's like a cardinal sin. You lost the fight, so you're getting dropped down 5 spots, buddy. You know what I mean? So it's a little hypocritical in my opinion, but that's just, I guess, the way they run things.
Yeah. The other one, what was the other thing I was kind of going back and forth
I would.
about? I already mentioned Haney and Stevenson.
Mhm.
Yeah, I wanted to get your rebuttal on the Crawford and Usyk because you were saying that you would have put Usyk at number one. So after I said my piece, what do you think about that, Leo?
Um, I would say I would still put Usyk over Crawford. Maybe just 1, 2. Um, I think just like Crawford's. I would say Crawford's. I mean, top pound for pound boxer, but it just is his challengers haven't been like he hasn't fought nobody like great yet. That's what I see.
Well,
So
the
that was
Porter, I mean Porter's damn near
corner
great
damn.
because he's built like a tank, and nobody's ever to
Mhm,
me getting him out of there when nobody else could, even though that was his last fight.
mhm. I would put
I think that version of Porter still beats 90% of the fighters in the welterweight division. So to me, I think he was still pretty damn good. Pretty good.
mhm.
Not great, but a very solid, good victory. I would say he's a better victory than Joshua, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would.
People have beat Joshua's been knocked out. Porter ain't never been knocked out.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, like it comes down to preference, of course.
Yeah. It's
Um,
like I would have Fury in my top 10. If he's retired, then I wouldn't. But if he's still active, then I would put him on my top 10 pound for pound list.
but he's always see that's my thing. He's always been a heavyweight, so he's never seen any pound for pound because he's always been that big dog.
Okay. Okay. I see what
It's
you okay.
pound for
Yeah.
pound is tricky in general, but even
Yeah.
just the definition of pound for pound, I think it kind of implies you got to kind of go up and down in weights, or
hmm
move up a couple
Or
weights
just
and take care of a
dominate
couple divisions.
or just
Yeah,
dominate your weight class, since
but
day
yeah, I mean,
one,
there's no
the get go.
clear cut criteria on this. So I mean, it's kind of like everybody's personal preference, and if you feel I can't knock you for saying that Fury belongs in there, but I
hmm
would ask you who would you take out to put him in?
Yeah, I would have to do one. I would have
Yeah,
to.
because are you taking out Crawford? Are you taking out Spence? Are you taking out Usyk? Are you taking out
Nope.
Nunez? Are you taking out
Nope.
Canelo? Are you taking out Bivol? Are you
Nope.
taking out Estrada, Haney,
Nope. I would
Stevenson, or
take it.
Fury?
I would probably take a Haney out for right now.
Really? Undisputed, undefeated,
hmm
undisputed. That's kind of hard to. I mean, I'm not trying to badge you, but I'm just saying
hmm
that it gets tricky any way you look at it
hmm
because there's
Yeah.
always something. But I mean, yeah, I couldn't fault you for putting Fury in there somewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said,
But
I think it has something to do with the
yeah,
weight
like it depends who they fight too. You know what I'm saying? Like for example,
and
Crawford,
how
Errol
they look in
Spence.
those fights as well.
Yeah, like right there would be your number one. Haney, if he fights Tank, Ryan Garcia, or if he fights Timo,
Ryan
then that
Garcia ain't fighting nobody. Let's
uh,
fucking
uh,
go.
that's what
He gonna
also,
fight
that's
Ronald
that's
McDonald.
another thing too. I look at like who they beat, because sometimes these guys that they beat got belts, and because they they were vacant or they're interim belts and shit. So like to me, it's like who they beat. So
I've seen a Nunez at number one, and I was
we
like,
do is, I wouldn't be mad
I
at
could
that.
see it, but
Oh,
at the same time, the only real name he has is Donaire twice.
he's beat some.
Nah,
He
I mean,
beat
I was
some,
looking at his shit earlier,
and
and
the way how he beats these guys punishes them.
yeah, he's raw.
Punishes them.
Oh, well, what about Loma? You're a Loma guy. Would you put Loma on
I
there?
would
Then?
have like yeah. If Loma
We
were to
loving them
fight one,
European fighters. That's
also would have,
respect.
like Josh Taylor. I would
See, another
see
Euro
who they
guy.
fight next, who they
Loma.
about to fight.
Can't put Loma in P4P right now. He don't even have a title.
Not Loma. Yeah, I wouldn't put Loma in there yet. And
He'll
then
be,
if Chocolatito fights Estrada, then Chocolatito beats him. Chocolatito jumps in that pound for pound list.
he ain't gonna beat him. We can put money on that one. We're gonna put money on
Put
that
some
one.
bottle. We put some
I
bottle.
want some money on that one, right? Remember last one?
I think we're 1-for-1, right?
Nah, we didn't bet the first one. I took the
Yeah, we
second
did.
one on you. Nah, first one was
Yeah.
like
We've been
fucking
betting
15
on
years ago.
Chocolatito fights for the longest already.
You might have got me on somebody else, but it wasn't the first Estrada one. Anyway,
could have been somebody else.
I'm looking forward to running that one back. We can run that again.
Who's the next? I think what would E Major? I think we were talking about a bet already. Who's fighting?
Oh, he's talking about Spence and Crawford.
Oh, I got
He was
Spence.
taking Spence.
I mean, I'm taking Crawford.
Yeah, I said Crawford.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say a walk in the park, but I think he
Nah.
kind of deals with them a little
If
bit
that
easier.
happens, if that happens,
I think it'll be a lot easier than most people think.
Yeah, if that happens, definitely putting some money on Bud.
We got a comment here. Let me see. The vet says, "What's up, guys? Catching
Yo,
y'all
what
a little
up?
late tonight. Been busy at work. Keeping doing what y'all doing, holding it down. Right on, vet.
Right on. Appreciate that.
Vet, do you watch boxing, man? Any boxing takes? Jump in here if you got any. We're doing boxing right now. We're pretty much done with this anyway. But any other? Oh, so yeah, I think we all said we would take Crawford over Spence if they fight, right? I think you said that too, Cello, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's just too clean. Technically, got better ring IQ for me, and power in both hands. I think Crawford is. I've said it before, generational talent. I will agree he hasn't had the toughest road, but I blame a lot of that on Bob Arum. Arum tends to do this with some of his fighters. He just holds them back a little bit. I've mentioned on here I thought it was a race thing, because he pushes Lomachenko like hell. But he always has beef with his black or Latino fighters, and they always end up leaving him and suing him. Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather, Mikey Garcia, 3 prime examples of that. So I mean, that's what I see. Vet says he doesn't watch a lot of MMA or boxing anymore. It's all good, Vet.
Oh,
Um,
same here, Vic. More MMA guy. But I
oh, he
was
says more MMA. I thought he said or MMA. Okay, more MMA. Got you.
old school boxing is where it's at.
Oh, another fight. Let's shift off this pound for pound list real quick. Just talk about a couple fights coming up. And over the weekend, Berlanga, your boy Leo,
I missed it.
he got worked. I mean, he
He
won.
did. He won.
Technically, he won the fight.
Okay.
I can't even say a score. I thought the other guy was winning, but I didn't see all like Cello. I didn't see all the rounds where I could say he for sure he lost the fight. But from what I did see, I felt like he was losing the fight, and he bit the dude. He bit the dude twice. I heard.
Berlanga, big
I
dude.
seen one of them. Yeah. He bit him.
The fuck?
He went Tyson.
Weirdo.
Yeah.
Fucking weirdo.
Yeah, I'm not big on that dude. I'm not feeling that dude at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mentioned, of the Puerto Rican fighters, I like the Xander Zayas coming up. He looks like the real deal.
Oh yeah, I heard about him. I haven't seen any fights yet, but I heard of him.
Yeah, he was on. They usually pair them together. I don't know why. I thought they had done that again, but I guess maybe something happened, maybe COVID protocol or something. Maybe they didn't end
Mm-hmm.
up having it. But yeah, that dude's legit. He looks like a pure boxer, decent power, good movement. So I think that's the dude that I would like to see promoted. Berlanga, man, he fights cab drivers and he looks sloppy as fucking those. These dudes are busting on him and smaller dudes. It's always a smaller dude. So I don't know. But you know,
Mm-hmm.
Aram's good at building people up. I'll give him that. Certain people, I don't know. It's
Mm-hmm.
just Aram's a good market. He's good at marketing. I'll
Mm-hmm.
give him that because Loma got 2 L's and he was still in that pound for pound talk with some people. And to me, it's hard to be in pound for pound talk when you got 2 L's out of 18 fights, no matter what the circumstances are. For me, you ain't top 10. That's just
Fucking Bob Arum is the Jerry Heller of the boxing fucking world, bro. That's just what Bob Arum is.
that's a fucking great fucking comparison. Holding it back.
Can we move on?
Yep. Um. All right, Leo, you got any fights on the? I don't think there's too many big fights coming up, boxing wise.
I think we mentioned the last episode. I think the next one is going to be the.
And I don't even see much MMA. Why? There's a big card in July, right?
The
UFC.
one up, I believe, is Izzy and what is that?
What would it be? UFC 279.
I think that's the one. That's another, I think, double champion.
Oh no, it'll be 278, I guess, because that 279 is the Aljo one.
Yeah, Izzy and I can't remember who he's fighting. I can't remember, but that's supposed to be like the best, one of the best cards of the year, if not the best card of the year.
Damn, maybe it's 277 because the other one is Usman against Leon Edwards. So it must be 277.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, it looks like 277 is gonna be who's the main event for that one? Wasn't there supposed to be a Nate Diaz fight on July? I guess it never went through.
Nothing signed yet. Supposedly they wanted to give him Kazmat. You know what I mean?
That would be a fight. I mean, shit for the fans.
Happening actually at all. I don't see that going down. Khamzat's this close to getting a title shot, so I don't see him fighting anybody but somebody else.
I got. Go ahead. Go ahead, Leo.
So this Saturday, June 18th on ESPN Plus, Otter Beater B where Better Bev.
Oh, that's a good one.
Joe Smith. That should be a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good fight boxing wise.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Smith is the one who knocked Hopkins through the ropes and ended his career. He retired after that fight. He's got power.
I
Slow,
think
sloppy.
today as well. There's a fight night going down, and it's a little underrated because if you're not really knowing who these guys are, you probably would just think it's an under the radar kind of thing. But Calvin Qatar is a hell of a fighter, and so is Josh Emmett.
Yeah,
Josh Emmett, nasty power in his hands. He's an alpha male guy from SAC. So yeah, that main event is going to be fireworks. I think Josh has really good wrestling, but I don't think either one of these guys are going to really do the, oh yeah, we're both stand-up fighters and we're going to give you fireworks and then they both wrestle kind of shit. I think These guys, they love to stand on the feet and just get after it. So we're going to see some pretty damn good fireworks in that main event. I'm not so much sure about the rest of the card, but that main event is pretty good. And to be honest with you, a lot of these, what I'm saying, cards that people, that the casual fan don't know who this guy is, or even old schoolers are kind of tuned out for a while and only remember people like, Shogun Hua or shit like that. Um, these cards like this with these new kids coming up from the Contender Series and Ultimate Fighter sometimes really catch you off guard, and you get like 10
Some
finishes.
good shit, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So don't look past that one too much. That one actually is going to be a pretty good card, I think. But the one, if you guys do me the favor and look it up, Izzy's next opponent, Israel Adesanya. That's supposed to be the card of the year, from what I understand, of the year so far.
Damn, I just seen it too. What was it? I think it was like 277 or 278.
Because I know there's two title fights on that one, and they stacked that card something serious.
So the July 2nd one is when I. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm tripping. I'm looking right at it. Fucking
Okay.
hi, fucking
So it's Izzy versus
edibles. Yeah, it's Adesanya versus Jared Cannonier. That's a fucking fight.
And Cannonier, don't get it twisted. This guy has fought
Got power.
people. He's got mad hand power, dude, in both hands. And he's one of those guys that really, really had to wait and just keep working and keep his head down to the grindstone while he got passed over for other guys that really didn't deserve that title
Well,
shot.
he was supposed to get this shot, but then he lost to Brunson. Brunson kind of derailed him, I think.
Are you sure about that? I thought he knocked out
Somebody. Oh, he did knock out Brunson. Who was it then?
guy,
It
though.
was a fight before that. He was about to get the shot, and then I think he broke his hand or something. And then you're right, it wasn't Brunson. He beat Brunson, but it was right before that.
He got passed over a few times. You know what I'm saying? He's the ultimate. I had to grind to get there. Along the same lines as Bisping. Bisping had to wait forever to get his shot. You know what I'm saying? But when he got it, he got lucky and he made the best of it. So
Okay, it was Robert Whitaker.
okay,
He lost to Whitaker, then he beat Gastelum, got back in it, and then beat Brunson. So he's getting a shot. But yeah, it did take a while.
Because Cannonier, he's not a pushover, so people shouldn't really just immediately think that Izzy's gonna just knock him cold, because he's got a hell of a wrestling pedigree too. So don't slip on that one. I'm
picking Izzy though. Give me Izzy.
Who's the other title?
The other what?
There's another title fight on that card, right?
Oh, okay. The other one. This is another great one. Volk against Holloway Part 3.
Hold on a second, yo.
Yeah, it's all good. Volkanovski versus Matt Holloway Part 3.
Volkanovski.
That's gonna be sick. That's gonna be the first two were great fights back and forth. I had them splitting, but technically they got Volk winning 2-0 over Holloway. But that fight's gonna be their fight's gonna be lit. Volk's a beast. I'm not the biggest fan, but I give him his props. He fucking brings it every fight. So that's gonna be a sick fight. Also on that card, you got Sean O'Malley taking on Pedro Munoz. So that's another good fight. This is on the July 2nd UFC 276 card, is what we were just briefly discussing. Sean O'Malley, Pedro Munoz, and also Misha Tate versus Lauren Murphy. So that's going to be a nice card for July 2nd, for sure. You also got Stranger Things coming out that day too.
Stranger Things.
You better catch up, man. Yeah, Volk and Max Holloway is going to be fucking ill. That's going to be a good fight. For the Israel Adesanya Cannonier, I think it's going to be a good fight, but I'm taking Izzy because as I was looking at Cannonier's resume, he's a good fighter, and I've seen him fight before, but he has been dropped. He has been knocked out by a couple guys. So I think Izzy's probably the best striker at that division. So I'll take Izzy in that fight by a late stoppage. I think it's going to be a dog fight, but I got Izzy.
That it will. I think it will be definitely different because Cannonier and everybody else in that division everybody in the world, unless you've been living under a rock, we're aware of Izzy's power and his creating strikes the way he does. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think Cannonier is going to get into a prolonged swinging battle with him. I think he's going to do some, some strike and grab. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely going to go and go in there with a game plan. You know, what I mean, a couple of strikes, go for the takedown. Couple of strikes, go for the takedown. He's just got pretty good. Not so much takedown defense, but he's really good and adept at getting back to his feet. And that's the one thing about him that makes him dangerous, you know what I'm saying, as a striker. You know what I mean? Because if you can get back up when you got taken down, then that's pretty serious right there. But I think Cannonier is going to go for a lot of takedown, some dirty boxing, try to wear Izzy's arms down, you know what I'm saying, so he doesn't have as much power in them hands and the legs in the later rounds. So it's kind of tough to call. Um, Izzy hasn't really shown too much that he's not capable. You know what I'm saying? He's a pretty decent guy, but if anybody showed the way to beat him, it was Jan, and Jan did do a lot of wrestling with him. So I think Cannonier is going to put together a pretty decent game plan in order to go after it. Um, if it goes to decision, I say Cannonier can take it. If he slips, Izzy's going to take him out. You know, so that's going to be a pretty decent one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that shit for sure. The vet says, when did Misha Tate come back? Shit, yeah, I thought
Yeah, I haven't heard that
she
name in
came
a
back.
minute.
Didn't she get beat up her last fight too? She got beat up pretty bad, if I remember correctly.
Don't remember, but I do know that you said what was it, Lauren Murphy that she's supposed to fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, Valentina said either one of them two, whoever wins that fight, she'll gladly fight next. Those were
Hmm.
those ones, either Misha and Lauren, the winner of that, or the winner of Juliana and Amanda rematch.
Yeah, so she did lose her last fight. She came back November 20th, 2021. So last November. She lost the decision, but if I remember, her face got pretty roughed up.
I believe some people said that she should have won that fight.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't see that one, so I can't
So yeah, I
comment
did
too much.
same boat with you.
But she did lose to Nunez and Raquel Pennington. She beat Marion Renaud,
Mhm.
who I'm not familiar with. Uh, but yeah, that Pennington loss was in 2016. So I guess she retired from 2016 to 2021.
Yeah, she had issues too, and her ex-boyfriend Brian Caraway, you know what I'm saying, they had issues too. A lot of bullshit going on there. I never was the biggest Cupcake fan, to be completely honest with you, real. But she, you know what?
She's okay. She's tough. I mean,
You got to respect the technique.
all right. Well, I think we're done with the boxing and fighting portion of this. Let's wrap it up with our good old what we're watching. Anything good we're watching, fellas? Anything? I've
He's
been watching The Boys. I think I've seen the first two episodes personally.
I have watched
I like
no
them.
episodes yet.
fucking awesome, and it's only getting better as it goes on. It's actually starting to resemble a lot of what you see in the comic book. So
Mm.
I would say, see, I had to go back actually to, I believe it was episode 4 or 3 of season 2, just to refamiliarize myself with.
Yeah, I found myself a little bit forgetting like a lot of the stuff in there. This. How long was the wait? Was it a long wait?
It was a bit of a wait, yeah. But the thing and this is the thing that's kind of makes the blow a little less, is that damn near every episode is an hour. You know what I'm saying? So you're definitely get some good time in then with there. And if you are like missing some pieces to fill in, there's no shame in going back and rewatching the season 2, because uh, the episode that I started, I believe it was either episode 3 or 4. The shit really picked up. It just took the fuck off. So it was very easy to sit there and watch, all those episodes all over again. And I just finished episode 4 for season 3 yesterday.
How many episodes are there in?
4.
Okay, so yeah, I got two more to watch. But I've been feeling it so far. I mean, it's got some. I mean, carries over the same. I've liked every season so far. I don't see much of a change. I think it's on the same pace, same vibe to it. Gritty, gory, funny.
Mhm.
Um, I got no complaints so far. Um, and do you know how many episodes there are by chance? 6 or 8 or?
I think they're going to be at least 9. I think they're going to go to 8 or 9.
Damn.
Yeah,
Okay. I'll be watching that
Yeah,
as soon as I'm done with Stranger Things.
yeah. I
yeah.
mean, it's Stranger Things, to be honest with you, man.
Have you tried it or you just haven't
Yeah,
checked
I
it
just
out?
it just didn't appeal to me really. You know what I'm saying? I do
This
like
season,
this. I like the setting in the '80s. I like that.
Yeah.
uh,
You know what I mean? Because anything '80s, the first thing I'm doing is looking at shoes. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
'70s and '60s, the first thing I'm looking at is cars. So yeah, it had its moments. You know what I mean? I couldn't get into it. You know what I mean? So I just kind of was like, nah, it's cool.
The first
Uh,
season or the current season?
He's talking about
oh,
the
Or
first
just
season.
oh,
period.
first
Just
season?
not
Okay.
really. You know what I mean?
Uh,
My girl likes it. She watches it a lot. You know what I mean? She's been on it. I just, yeah, I'm good. I'd rather watch something else.
Yeah, I like it. I watch it with the kids. My daughters love it and shit, so
yeah.
that's a selling point for me. Hard to find shows you can watch as a family, especially with a 10-year
Hmm.
old and 14-year-old. They got a big ass gap between the two of them,
Oh
so
yeah.
they don't agree on much. Yeah, but
Oh,
this season was solid of Stranger Things. I watched the whole thing already. I liked it. Thought it was
hmm.
pretty ill. Recommended Leo finishing it out.
Yeah.
And then they got part 2 of season 4. That's dropping July 1st or 2nd, I believe.
Heard July 2nd. I'm not sure that's the official date.
The vet says finished final season of Peaky Blinders and need Yellowstone out of Banks. Yeah.
Mm,
Yellowstone. I'm big on Yellowstone. That shit is ill.
Yellowstone.
I've heard
Heard.
Peaky Blinders. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard it's good.
That's on Netflix, I believe.
Yeah, it is. It's a Netflix show.
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Mob.
Is it mob? It's a mob shit, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Irish mob?
yeah.
I gotta peep it.
Yeah. Remember
Is
when?
it
That's what
Uh,
I'm gonna have to go back and watch the whole shit because I've only watched, you know, I mean, out of context and shit because, I walk in a room and the homies are watching it and shit, and I
mm,
leave back another day and they're watching a different episode. So it's one of those.
hmm. Yeah.
Uh, Another show that's coming close to its end that if you haven't ever watched it, it's definitely worth a peek. Is Blacklist. That one's
Yeah, I
almost.
remember you talked about that one. I never got to it yet.
I would say it's worth a watch. Uh,
NBC, right?
yeah, and I just got into Obi-Wan. So Obi-Wan is not that bad.
I
I
did the
think
first 3.
I'm at 3 right now. I haven't watched 3 yet though.
Okay.
Okay, we ain't gonna spoil it, but yeah, it's
I'm
good.
on 4.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
at
I'm on
4.
4. Yeah.
I'm at 4. So Obi-Wan's not bad so far. You know, what I mean,
Mhm. I like it.
yeah, yeah, it's
I
pretty
tried
decent.
I've watched the first 2 episodes of that Outer Range on Amazon Prime. Pretty good. Got like a, weird shit happening type of vibe, like maybe like a Lost, but it's got like some alien shit brewing. I haven't seen anything yet, but
Hmm.
um kind of has a Yellowstone vibe to it as well. You got Josh Brolin as like the main character. And then some weird shit starts happening on his ranch. You got some beef with the rival farming cowboy dudes, kind of like Yellowstone. So
Okay.
some pretty good. I would recommend it so far. It's called Outer Range on Amazon Prime. If you're into like weird type shows, kind of like that type of
I
shit.
heard of it. I've heard of it, but yeah.
Twilight Zone, like kind of that kind of like sci-fi
Twilight
type
Zone.
shit.
Okay.
Just kind of like a weird vibe. You don't know, you can't put your finger on what's happening, but some weird shit's happening.
Some
So
weird shit.
yeah, UFOs or some kind of aliens or something.
What lurks beneath type of shit.
Oh yeah, what lurks beneath? I'll be listening to that on YouTube. That shit is just like a bunch of crazy stories about uh
National parks.
national parks, all the weird shit that goes on there. Native American folklore and crazy shit. They talk about skinwalkers. They talk about a lot of shit on there. So
Hmm.
what lurks beneath on YouTube? I would recommend that channel.
Hmm.
Like Leo said, it's in the story format, so the dude's telling the
Yeah.
stories. So sometimes it's kind of like, that sounds like a bogus
Uh,
story,
yeah.
but some of them be like from supposedly official park rangers and shit. So
Yeah. There's been a couple of stories I'm like, what the fuck are you saying? But then there's a couple ones like, especially I don't know. There's the ones like the dog man, the werewolf. Those are the ones that are like, holy shit, those kind of creep you out when he's telling you the stories that people said submit to him, and he starts reading them out. And then there's a lot of similarities when I hear when he talks about the dog man or the werewolf. So that's some
But
shit. That's some
and it's
crazy
also
shit.
like these certain spots, it's always
Hmm.
Mount Shasta,
Yosemite.
Yosemite, and Yellowstone are like major, all kinds of weird shit going on there
Hmm.
supposedly. So I don't know. I don't camp too much, so I ain't too worried about it.
Hmm.
I'll be chilling. I've been camping in hella long actually.
I went camping last year. It was cool. Lake Berryessa.
Oh, Berryessa's cool. Yeah, the boat and shit.
Yeah, it's cool. Still,
All right, all right. What else? Anything else we're watching?
pretty same thing.
I
I've
seen
been watching.
the Miss Marvel. I watched with
I
my
saw the
daughter.
first episode.
It's for kids.
It was cool. I thought it
It's
was
for
cool.
kids. It's for
Yeah.
kids, teenagers. I mean, it ain't yeah, it ain't like on Marvel level, but whatever.
Dance on a lot of this Marvel stuff. Like, it's cool that you guys want to, bring a little levity to everything and, what I'm saying, a little laughter and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? But not, I mean, it's like the thing that bothers me is like a lot of these people, have they ever even sat down and read some of these comic books? You know
Hmm.
what
Yeah, I've never read a Miss Marvel for sure.
I mean? So some of this shit, yeah, is more, for kids and stuff like that, you know what I mean, and family friendly. But a lot of
Hmm.
some of these just really aren't, you know what I mean? So the fact that they did Moon Knight the way been doing it, I haven't finished it. You know what I'm saying? I got to I think episode 4, and I just don't really care to watch the rest of them because
It's good. I think the pace was a little bit slow for me, but
well, no,
overall it's pretty.
it's not what I'm complaining about. I'm complaining about
The silliness. I know what you're saying.
they're just trying to bring everything and make everything funny. You know what I'm
Silly.
saying? It's
Yeah.
like there's a place for that, and I get you. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if you've read, any of the Moon Knight books, the route
See,
that they're
yeah, I've never read any, so for me it was a fresh take for me,
right,
and
Hmm.
I wouldn't say it was great, but it was okay. It was pretty good.
going with this for somebody that knows, you know what I'm saying? It just that doesn't it doesn't sit well with me completely. Like I know things are going to get changed up some because it can't be panel for panel the same as the comic. I get that,
Hmm.
and I don't have a problem with that. But you know what I'm saying, to constantly make everything kind of like a joke, it just it takes away from it. Sometimes you just need to be serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you
So
see Multiverse of Madness?
I haven't seen it yet. No.
Okay, I was curious to get your take on it.
Well, I mean, sorry, bro, but COVID and now I got this monkeypox shit out there
Yeah, yeah, I'm knowing, bro.
right now. I'd rather just wait till the shit comes out and I can stream it. So
I got you.
you know,
Hmm.
can't
I
even
think it's about to come out next month already on Disney Plus.
right, and and that'll be fine by me because I can't puff in a movie theater. So there you go.
True.
And so that how about we do that? How about we fuck around and what I'm saying, start striking, let motherfuckers burn in the damn movie. Came
Hey, bro. First,
fan
Hit
up
up,
in
yeah,
hit up Burner, make a
yeah,
cannabis theater.
yeah,
That's a
bro.
that'd be
fucking
dope.
idea right there.
Hey,
That's
for real.
That's
what
a
I need.
brilliant idea.
Put a fucking a little fan on the top and vent that shit out just fine. I'm
Hmm.
good at the
Yeah,
cigar.
no, I mean that's a fucking
For real.
that's a moneymaker right
On
there.
some lounge
A
chairs,
cannabis
lazy
18,
boys.
18 or 21 and up, a cannabis theater.
Yeah.
We could
I
watch
got the
people
idea
smoke.
from the cigar bar. The cigar bar you can go in. It's one of the only places in San Francisco, if not the only place, where you could actually go in there, sit down, light up your cigar, and smoke it in the building. Why?
Hmm.
Because they got a filtration system that funnels all that shit right out. So
Hmm.
yeah, Cookies movie theater would sound dope. Having over fucking, you
AD
know,
says edibles. Yeah, I'm off them edibles right now. That shit got me feeling nice. I'm a
And
lightweight. I don't even fuck with it
that
too much, but I just
and
felt like tonight was a night.
that sounds pretty like good as idea though.
That
take
is.
Shit.
take
Some fucking edible popcorn and shit, some gummy bears
Yeah,
or whatever. I mean,
see,
all that right there, man. That's hey, Bern, if you watching,
he ain't watching, but we can get at it.
you
cookies,
heard
if
it.
you watching,
If you heard it here first.
you
We
heard
won't
him
even. We
exactly.
won't. You
I
still
think
in?
that shit. You put them in select cities, New York,
Yeah, the
L.A.,
ones
Frisco.
for sure. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Denver.
Miami.
Yep.
Yep.
All the cities that already got, you got all these cannabis clubs, might have a little movie theater, that'd be dope. Shit.
Free to steal the idea.
That's
Out
a
of
fucking bro.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant
Cookies
idea.
that
I'm
you're
telling you.
listening
I
to.
think that shit
Burner.
could be
Hey.
some dough.
Yo, on that note, brothers, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'll see you
All
next. Love you
Yeah.
guys.
right. Let's go,
Right on, man.
Dubs.
Ready to
Right
go
on.
till I'm cold. PP.
Dubs and 6. Let's go.
Dubs in 6. That's a
I
smart
want to get out of
idea.
here in a minute too. That shit is well. Hell,
I
people
never
are gonna
tripped
steal it
about
now.
that.
They heard it on here. Well, we don't got that many followers anyway. Only a couple people. AD says hit the driving. You could do that too, but I mean, I think that shit would be sick though. Just blowing the fucking thing. I mean, people do it anyway, but I mean, where you wouldn't have to be fucking worried about somebody bitching about it. And like Leo said, get the little snacks, have some cannabis infused sodas and shit. Cannabis infused popcorn, some edibles. We don't have to hit up Burner. I might have a way to get in contact with Burner. I might know somebody who knows Burner.
Be
So
high as fuck watching Top Gun. I'm like, oh shit.
maybe we can get this. Maybe we can get the shit popping.
High as fuck.
Get the shit popping.
What's up, AD?
Shit, what else we watching, man?
So I've been watching. I gotta watch Stranger Things. Me and my girl watching Tehran on Apple TV. That's pretty good. We're halfway through that, and then what else? I was trying to watch Stranger Things last night. Passed out within 5 minutes. So I'm gonna try to catch up this weekend. And I still gotta go watch Top Gun. I still gotta watch Jurassic Park.
You slipped on the Top Gun shit. That shit's
yeah.
I gotta see Jurassic Park. Buzz Lightyear comes out this week too. Take the kids. We'll take the kids to that shit.
Yeah, I might just go to. Hope that's what I'm wishing. There's what we went tomorrow. Parade Saturday. Calling sick. Go to the city. Watch the parade. Sunday Father's Day. Probably just watch a movie.
When's the parade? If we win
tomorrow, I would say Saturday. Because you got to fly back from Boston, East Coast, Friday.
I don't think they do them on weekends though. You might do it on Monday.
Monday's a holiday. Shit, I'll definitely be there.
Is it a holiday? What the fuck holiday is it?
For us, it's Juneteenth.
Okay,
we got Juneteenth now.
That's the 19th though.
But 19th is official, Sunday, so Monday.
Yeah. Okay.
One of those post office.
Plugs. AD says he's been on the grind, watching Mines. Okay, I got to get on that shit if it's good again because I watched the first season and I wasn't really feeling it.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling it either. My girl been watching it. I don't think she's watched season 3 yet, but
they're on season 3. Damn, I ain't watching it.
2, 3, I don't know, but definitely like the vet said, definitely waiting for Yellowstone. I think that comes back in November. I know AD's hyped up with Yellowstone. He's the one that told me about it. So
good shit, AD, because I'll be watching that shit too. That shit's ill. He says seen Jurassic Park today. Flick was Yeah, I didn't like the last one. I don't really like that Trevorrow dude, whatever the fuck his name. I think it's Doomzilla would know. I think it's Trevorrow or something.
What?
The director.
Oh, I don't know.
Did you see the last one? It was kind of like whatever. I mean,
it was cool. I thought it was. I can't remember. What the fuck was it? That was all right.
It gets better. Oh, Mayans. Okay, Mayans. He's talking about. Oh shit, season 4. Oh shit,
I watched a couple.
I'm gonna binge it. I'm gonna fuck with it.
I watched a couple episodes with my girl, and I was like, it's all right. It didn't have. I mean,
I watched it with the wife too, and she was like, She hella like Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah,
she was like,
I try. I mean, you just can't duplicate Sons of Anarchy.
I'm gonna give it another shot though. I'm gonna give it another shot.
My girl watching it, so
she said it's good or what?
I know she caught up. I mean, she hasn't started season 4.
The boy's been sick though. That's what I've been watching. Really,
I need to go watch that.
I ain't watched Obi-Wan yet either. I watched third
might watch this. Might try to watch Obi-Wan after this.
Yeah, I'll probably watch that. Or
supposedly the
boys.
There's only 6 episodes of Obi-Wan.
Yeah, 6.
Rumor has it's like over 1 hour and 30 minutes for the episode 6.
Shit, that ain't nothing. Stranger Things finale's supposed to be 2
all the episodes. Yeah, I seen all those Stranger Things episodes like 1 hour 20, under hour 15.
Episode 9 is supposed to be 2.5 hours.
God damn.
And episode 8 is like 1.5 hours. So that's like 5 hours right there. Content.
I wonder I'd be passing out.
Yeah. What else? Any other fucking shows? New Resident Alien or nothing like that?
Raising alien.
I watched one episode and I was like, "What the fuck is Womack talking about?" Come on,
Hey,
Womack. What's Womack watching? What's this Fairfax he's talking about? Remember he
that was
texted us
Fairfield.
he texted us in group chat, said Fairfax on Amazon
I
Prime. I was like,
said
nah, I said Fairfield because he used to live in Fairfield. I was like, no, it ain't Fairfield. He's like, Fairfax, asshole. It's like, I don't know what
nah,
that
I haven't
shit
even
is.
heard of it.
He be knowing the Cuddy ones.
Fairfax?
Remember he was on that anime too on that anime show on fucking Amazon. The hell was that shit? Fucking I don't know. I asked him Zill about it. He said it was like all right. Oh, Ex Machina or some shit. Something Machina.
Oh, it was some Amazon Prime video that, yeah, he was saying.
Vox
In my,
Machina or Machina
yeah, that
Machina
shit looks
Vox.
stupid. I seen the trailer. I was like, but I ain't watching this shit.
What is
So
it?
it was on Amazon Prime. I remember I seen the trailer when he talked about it, but I was like, eh. Fairfax is another animation too.
Oh, so he's on the man. He's probably watching with his son, so I can't fault him on
But
that.
this one's like TV mature.
Okay, well then I can fault him on that. If it's some weak shit that he's not watching with his kid. Womack, he's been chilling. He's working a lot. Chilling.
He'll be back.
He'll be
Hopefully.
back eventually. Well, we're holding the spot like Klay, maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years.
Yeah.
We'll hold it down for you, Womeezy.
Yeah, let us know if you want to hop on, AD.
Shit, I
So
don't
yeah.
think that's pretty much it, right? I ain't fucking seen too much else. I finished Yellowstone. I gotta start 1883. AD, what's up with 1883? You watched it yet? Is it fucking
I
ill?
know he's on it. He said he's sick. We haven't watched it yet. We probably start once we probably start watching that. We might binge it.
Yeah, I gotta get on that shit. I've been meaning. I be forgetting. I got all these goddamn streaming services, bro. I be fucking getting lost on there, like looking for shit. But like, damn, I'll be on this one. I'll be that one. Fucking.
Mm-hmm. So much.
He said that is trash. 1883's trash. Oh shit.
I thought he was watching. I thought he said it was sick. I mean, I don't know.
Well, if it's trash, the vet says it's good. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna fuck with it. I mean, I'm already big on the Yellowstone. When does that season 5 come out? Is it September or something?
No. Yeah, November 12th,
Oh, November.
November
That's too fucking long. God damn
15
it.
or something like that.
I gotta get my fucking November. I gotta wait till November for that shit. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta get Doomzilla on here. He be knowing all the fucking shows. That guy's encyclopedia of fucking TV and streaming and shit.
He's Mr. fucking TV guide.
TV guide. Nah, but he knows all that shit. Like you have to do a little fucking fall preview or something. He says, yeah, I didn't feel it. Felt like it was watching Little House on the Prairie.
I remember he said he was kind of sick. Maybe he wasn't feeling it. All right.
Little Dutton's on the Prairie. I'll probably peep it anyway.
All right. You let us know if it's cracking.
The vet says it tells the story of how the family got to Montana. Yeah.
Yeah. The whole story, how they moved and all that shit.
We got conflicting reports. We're gonna have to.
What?
I think GDB is gonna have the tiebreaker. We're gonna have to watch this and settle this one. Give it the judging. Yeah, because it looks good.
Winning tomorrow night. What's your score? What's your prediction, AD? The vet. You think we're winning tomorrow? Let us know.
Any other show we're watching? I feel like I'm forgetting all the time, and then I'm like, oh shit, I'm watching that.
That's it. That's so much TV going on.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching hella hoops too, the playoffs.
And hoops. And I was out. I was in SoCal last week. I mean, for the weekend. So
Ozarks, damn, I'm so far behind on that shit.
Ozarks was fire.
I was the first one on that shit too, out of y'all. And I'm fucking lagging. Hella well, because I was gonna watch it with my wife, but then she's like, I don't know if I want to watch it. And then I just kind of forgot about that shit. And then it got hella good. and that other shows came around, but I gotta get on that shit. I could binge that though. That shit was ill. First, I seen like the first, I think like 5 or 6 episodes.
After season one, after season one, I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely watching this.
I have some other shit. I ain't been on HBO Max too much lately.
I haven't been on
Oh,
it either.
yeah, we own the city's pretty sick. Peep that shit out. We talked about it on here, I think, a couple episodes ago. Got your boy Shane from Walking Dead, Punisher
Mm-hmm.
dude. He's
Mm-hmm.
like the star corrupt cops in Baltimore. Got some Wire vibes to it a little bit. That's just pretty sick. Golden State with the win. If Draymond mans up, yeah, he be on his
Oh, you got
podcast types like us. Podcast types.
give me 8 points. We'll be good. At least 8 points, Draymond.
Yeah, if Draymond gets 6, we're good. As long as he's playing
At least
defense.
eight.
If
I
he
think.
ain't playing defense, you can't have him out there. That's the thing. He was
Mm-hmm.
playing bad first 3 games, I want to say. Damn, any other shit we got to talk about? I feel like there's some other shit we got to talk about. Maybe it's just the edibles talking. I guess that's it. We pull up the notes and same shit, yeah. Covered everything. I still got to get on the Montana, that Joe Montana documentary.
You gotta watch that for sure. That's
All
it,
right.
huh?
Look like that's it. Oh, okay. We got one more comment here. AD winning season. Yeah, I've been meaning to watch that shit too. Lakers dynasty.
I heard that was
I heard
good.
they were hella hating on it though. All the
Mhm.
players and shit. They were like bitching.
Supposedly they made Jerry West like this lunatic and fucking crazy ass motherfucker. That's what supposedly they were saying. And supposedly, and then ESPN is dropping one. Just I think Magic
Oh yeah, but
Johnson.
that's like a Genie Bus story,
Yeah,
isn't there? Some shit like
yeah,
that.
something like that.
Westworld season 4, man, fuck that. They got me after season 2 was
I
garbage.
never watched that.
Season 1 was good. Season 2 is weak as fuck. Yeah, so that we own this city. That's one. I still ain't watched Dune. Doomzilla be hyping up Dune.
I tried to watch Dune and I fell asleep.
Yeah, me too. And I never got back to it. It was kind of slow for my liking. Titans was good. Just looking through HBO Max, I felt like there was some shit I wanted to watch on here too. Oh, I heard that Tokyo Vice is good. I don't know. I never seen it, but I heard that's good. It's on HBO Max too. Anybody else on that shit? Let me know if it's whack or good before I get invested in it. That's pretty much it. Not a mas. All right, well, go Dubs.
Go Dubs, let's go.
Oh, the vet says when is our next night? Man, they ain't been enough news. Shit, we love talking about Niners, but they ain't really been till Jimmy gets moved or training camp starts. It's gonna be pretty dry. I'm not gonna give all them fluff stories out they give out online.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of that is just BS, and
Well, they
people are
did
bored.
excuse Jimmy G for the OTAs. That's like the only thing I heard coming out of camp. I know the Giants had Fred Warner, Greenlaw, and what's his name, the other linebacker, throw out the first pitch a couple nights ago.
Oh yeah, I seen that when the Warriors
was,
won Game 4.
That was sick. And I know we haven't talked to any of the
Shanahan was in the building. Shanahan was in the building at one of the Chase wins, I think, too.
Mm-hmm. And
was it last game? I think it was game. I think it was game 2. I think it was game 2.
And I think then a couple of days ago, I think they had the whole draft class at the Giants game too. I seen
Debo
that.
staying?
Yeah,
Debo's
he's staying.
staying.
Yeah,
He's staying. He's staying at least for this year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, once he gets Trey in there, a real quarterback, he's probably gonna be real happy.
Yeah. Supposedly, my Uke said that he can be that Trey Lance. He's like, this guy's gonna be, what do you say? It's like very special or spectacular or something like that. He was raving about Trey Lance already. Also, Trent Williams.
Drake Jackson.
Trent Williams also said about Trey Lance. He's like, this guy's gonna be special. So
they're saying Drake Jackson's ill on defense too.
Yeah.
Bosa was giving him props, and somebody else was giving him props, saying he was like legit.
Yeah, he said
we're gonna have that pass rush on lock.
Mm-hmm.
Stayed out of the franchise weak as fuck this year.
Yeah, I had
it's
York
just Lynch being a fucking York and Lynch being weirdos.
Jordan didn't even show up. I heard.
You don't want to smoke with the fans. Fucking weirdo. Probably didn't pay his rent again. Probably trying to keep it a low profile. Fucking don't even pay his rent at the fucking
Santa
stadium, bro.
Clara's about to fucking evict them and shit.
This guy's gonna get the fucking
And they ain't
moratorium without a
paying their
fucking
fucking
eviction
rent.
notice.
That was
What do you say? The gas and Trey?
they gassing up Trey, bro. I don't know.
I think Trey is gonna be legit, man. I've been saying this shit for a while, but we'll see.
Isn't
I
he
just
like
think
also?
the stats he's been throwing after practice have been good. It was like
Yeah.
14 to 18, couple TDs, some shit. I don't know.
And
Those
for the
really
prop bets in Vegas, he's like the most
for MVP, right?
Yeah, MVP. A lot of people are placing that bet. So I've heard in Vegas, a lot of folks taking that NFL MVP for Trey Lance. So
I would say take the over on the Niners for wins. Let me pull that shit up real quick. Let me see. I did look glance at the odds. I put a bet in too. I put like I
already
took
for the
Chris
Niners?
just football. I put Christian, what's his name? The receiver, Christian Watson,
Mm-hmm.
the dude, Trey Lance's
From
boy.
Green Bay? From Green
Yeah,
Bay?
I put him for my rookie of the year pick. The odds were pretty
Oh,
good.
okay.
I like that, and I also like Kenny Pickett as a possible rookie of the year. I think he'll do all right with the Steelers year one. Got a lot of weapons for him there already. I think that's a nice pick if you're looking at a rookie of the year prospect. Little prop bet. Let me see. I got NFL futures.
Well, I would
But
have
to
the
win,
Niners
let's see what the
going.
Niners win the Super Bowl is.
I would have the Niners at
17
11.
to 1 for Niners win the Super Bowl. You throw your money down now. Not a lot. Throw down a bill. Throw down a bill too.
I think I might be hitting Reno next month for sure, based on bets.
So Niners 7 plus 1700 for that for the division. We're underdogs too. They got the Rams.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Rams are plus 2. My bad. Rams are minus plus 110. Niners plus 185. So that ain't big. That ain't a big gap at all. For sure. I think that's a nice bet. Let me see. Let me pull up these rookie of the year.
Seattle's gonna be trash. Arizona's gonna be trash. It's gonna be Niners, Rams.
Oh yeah, Seattle and well, AZ. You never know. They could bounce back, but I don't think so. They're like like
they beef him with that whole QB shit. Yeah,
he can't stay healthy either. He's too small. He getting stuck in the second half of the season. He'd be like disappearing. I think we talked about that on the podcast last year.
And what's his name? Hopkins is suspended already for the.
Yeah, but they got who the fuck they trade for? They traded for a receiver, dude from Hollywood Brown.
But is he really going to be a factor?
Didn't they draft one too? I think they drafted one too.
They drafted one, yeah, but I don't see him being a big factor.
I think the receiver they got was pretty damn good too in the draft. Let's see, Arizona Cardinals. We're just going all over the place. Fuck it.
I have the Niners right now. I have the Niners going like 11-6 or something like that. 12-5, 11-6.
You got them going. I say I'm gonna go 13. I say we get 13 wins.
13-4. All right.
Yeah, I think might struggle early, maybe lose one or two, but I think after that we're gonna come out guns a blazing. Fuck is a goddamn Arizona's roster. I want to see the Trey McBride tight end. Who's the receiver I thought they got? Maybe they didn't get a receiver.
They did get Marquise Brown though.
They did. Okay, so that was the only one. I guess I'm tripping.
I thought they drafted one.
They don't say shit about it, so I guess not. I guess
Christian Kirk bounced. Hopkins.
Maybe I'm thinking they signed somebody. Maybe they signed somebody. Maybe I'm just fucking high. I don't know. Could be that. Marquise Brown. That's the acquisition they got. Yeah, I don't see nobody else. AJ Green re-signed. Yeah, fuck Arizona. You're right. They ain't doing shit anyway.
Oh yeah, Arizona's gonna be trash, but.
Vet real quick. Trey's gonna be better than Noodle Arm Ho James. Who the fuck is Ho James? Jimmy? I guess Jimmy. Well, let's say Jimmy. That sounds like Jimmy.
Oh, it's insane.
Niners Flores 10 wins. Book it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I'm with
yeah,
you. I'm with
yeah,
you,
yeah,
Vet.
yeah.
I'd
That's what I'm
say
saying.
13.
That's what I'm saying. 11, 6, 12, 5. Somewhere around that.
Yeah, yeah. We got that little fast fuck too. The receiver, Danny Gray. I
Danny
think he's gonna
Gray.
be doing some drag routes, some
And
reverses. Take some of the reverses away from Debo. Jet
yeah.
sweeps, all that shit.
And we got Ray McLeod.
Y'all talk Giants tonight? No, Leo. I haven't been watching. I've been betting on them, but I haven't watched.
We lost tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, they cost me today, actually, fuckers.
We didn't complete the sweep against the Royals. Should have won. I didn't even know this game was at 12:45. But the Giants had a nice 5-game winning streak. We swept the Dodgers at home, so that was good. I don't know if we gained. I think we gained like 3 games. We're only like 3 games behind. I don't know now, but
God damn, I would
Brandon
have hit my parlay if it wasn't for the fucking Giants today, fuckers.
Brandon Bell is back. Also, Luis Gonzalez, strong candidate to win the Rookie of the Year. Uh, so that's some good stuff. And then we still got Lamont Wade. He's hurt, and Evan Longoria is probably I think got hurt again. Yeah, that's another thing. We're getting hurt. A lot of injuries this year, but we're only like I want to say 3 games or 3 games behind the Dodgers, and then the Padres.
Oh wait, did the Dodgers win?
If
The
I'm
bitch ass
correct.
Dodgers win?
Actually, we're 4 games because since we lost today, and the Padres are in first place now. And then
Oh yeah,
I know the Dodgers are pretty banged
they've been
up.
coming back on fucking Chicago the last 2 games in a row. They were down like hella runs,
Chicago,
like 5-1 today, and now they won 19-5, and last night
God
they won
damn,
like
19-5.
yeah, and they were down because I had them on my parlay, and I was like, yeah, fuck, I would have won. Goddamn Giants. I had the Dodgers, I had the Padres, Giants, and fuck with the Cardinals. Fuck, man. That's my fault. I kind of figured there was some high odds on that shit. This dude's not a Giants fan. The vet he says, "Fuck, fuck the Giants. My Braves are smoking hot right now, 14 straight."
Braves won me some money last year, so I'm gonna let that slide. I'm gonna let that comment slide.
Yeah, Braves have been cool. I never had beef with the Braves really. I liked them back in the day when they were like they had all them ill ass pitchers and shit.
I used to hate it.
You hated the Braves?
Yeah, Maddox, Smoltz. What was the other one?
They were sick. David Justice.
They were cool, but that was one of our rivals, bud.
We were lucky at
year,
that point. That we weren't in the fucking playoffs.
there was that one year we won 103 games and we missed
that
playoffs.
1 year, but they were there for like 10 years. We weren't doing shit.
But then
that was like the dark times.
They were kind of like the Buffalo Bills. They would go to the World Series and just lose. I think they finally beat. Who did they beat?
The Twins? I don't think they did. They get one.
They finally beat somebody. Yeah.
Oh, they did.
The Blue Jays? No.
The vet would know.
Yeah, I mean,
they
were a sick ass team. Yeah, I ain't gonna. But yeah, I didn't like the Braves.
Oh man, but Jock got slapped up, blood. Yeah, she was weak.
That was some punk shit though.
Yeah, but he should have busted dude shit. He just took it like that was kind of whack.
Dude got
damn fantasy beef.
The Reds suspended him. So.
Fantasy causing hella beef. Always somebody bitching in fantasy. Arguments and shit. Chipper was.
I man, that was like one of our rivals. When we
vet, who did you guys beat? Did you guys beat anybody in the World Series?
I want to say not the Yankees. Was it the Yankees? But there was a couple of years they went to the World Series and they were just lose, or they were like 1 game away to go.
Didn't they lose to? Fuck, I'm gonna go look this shit up.
Hey, Jock has been sick though.
Now you got me intrigued.
Jock's been doing his thing.
World Series did the
Definitely should go to the All-Star game. If you haven't voted yet, go vote for Jock Peterson.
Oh, you think he's gonna make the All-Star?
He has a strong chance to make it for the Giants.
Oh wait, they beat the Astros? 2020. The
Oh, that
Braves
was
got it
recent.
last year.
Yeah, last year. Yeah, I'm talking
Oh
about. Yeah, they
shit!
won it. I won me some bread with that.
I ain't been paying. I mean, you know
That
me and
was what
baseball.
that was one of my early baseball bets from last season. I had the Giants
Oh, they
and
beat
the
the
Braves.
Indians. They beat the Indians in '95.
Indians. That was okay. Indians.
Didn't they have it against the Twins, but they lummed it up?
Nah, they lost. Yeah, they lost. I think
But
they
they had a chance, and then some shit happened. I thought there was
couple
like
of
a big
times. Yeah,
error or some shit.
is that Joe Carter
Yankees
home run? I don't know. Probably could be. Yeah,
Yankees
see the
beat us.
Yankees. Yeah, the Yankees. Yep.
With somebody else too, though. I don't fucking know. I can go to sleep in a minute. I'm fucking paced.
Yeah, it's fuck.
Astros.
I'll be hanging
Astros,
out with
man.
Brett.
The
I'll be hanging
Astros
out
be
with the
hitting.
face.
Astros be hitting though on the parlays. I'll tell you that. I'll be fucking with the Astros. My core teams is Astros. Padres been hella good lately.
The
Brewers were
Yankees.
hitting on the Brewers were hitting on them parlays.
The Yankees.
Punk ass Dodgers. I'll be riding with them sometimes,
Fuck
but
the
you know
Dodgers.
it's all about money on that one. But fuck them. Uh, Braves been hot too. I hit on them. Well, I should hit on them because fucking I got them on my parlay for. I parlayed the Golden State game tomorrow was on that, but it had the Braves and all them. There were multiple games on the Yankees and choked it away. Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See, my high memory is not that bad. I knew it was something like that. Some kind of lumminess to it. All right, let's get the fuck out of here, Leo. I'm fucking tired, man. I'll go to sleep.
Now we're going 3 hours. Fucking let's keep it going.
3 hours.
All
We ain't
right.
done 3 hours in a minute, have we?
Yeah, I'll probably be week 1 for the Niners. Probably go 5 hours, depending. But yeah.
Well, shit.
So,
Do you think we should take a little break or what? From until Niner time, or you want to keep it going or what?
we definitely got to do one more episode, definitely with the Warriors. You know,
Oh
get
yeah,
it
yeah,
done.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But after that,
And
I'm saying like maybe like mid-June, come back
take a
mid-July once
little,
training camp,
a little
maybe
summer break.
possibly.
I mean, we could do. I
A
mean,
couple boxing matches too if we have to.
yeah, and shit.
But I know you're gonna probably be busy. You know, we got kids and shit. We'll be running around.
Mhm.
So we'll talk about it off air. But yeah, we might take a little hiatus, I guess.
Little summer
Just a
break,
month,
maybe.
maybe like a month.
Definitely. I know we probably won't do an episode like 4th of July. I'm gonna be out.
We'll still post on IG and Twitter though,
Almost definitely.
even if we do. Yeah.
And
4th of July week that's gonna be definitely gonna be gone. So yeah, if you don't see us for like a month, don't fucking think we quit. We
a
didn't
couple of
quit.
weeks.
We're
I
just
would say
taking
for
a
a couple
little
of weeks.
summer break.
Summer break.
Yeah, popcorn.
Only if Jimmy gets traded, and then if Debo resigns, we definitely come. We definitely have an episode for that, and also we should have one just also like talk about some some Giants and Warriors draft. There's a draft too, basketball. I don't know if you want to. I know we ain't gonna do no mock
basketball
drafts or
draft's
anything like
kind of
that,
weak.
but
Yeah, it's only like 3 good players every draft, like 5 maybe 5 good players every draft.
mm-hmm.
They don't go 2 rounds. It's just way different from NFL. Not as much depth and
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But I mean, we cover it maybe. Shit, it depends how slow the weeks are and any other
They ain't
crazy
shit
news.
cracking yet.
Is there any other news we should get to? Any other shit that went down? I feel like we're missing something. Maybe.
Crypto's fucking going down.
Oh, crypto's done. But hold on. I mean, just hold it. What the fuck you got to lose at this point?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, you
I'm
got
not
nothing
even
to lose
paying
at this
attention
point.
to it right now. I'm just
Take it as an L for now, and
hopefully it bounces back. Hope that there's a pattern, there's a cycle. So hope it bounces back up.
Yeah. Well, let me see. I'm just going through this Google Trends shit. See if there's anything that catches my eye. Mortgage rates went up. Fucking. I don't care about hockey. I don't give a fuck about that. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Bam Margera's ran away from rehab or some shit. That shit's trending.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan versus Obi-Wan episode trending.
Yeah, that shit.
I'm gonna go watch it. Fuck it.
Hey, I'm gonna go watch that shit right now.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here. I'm just rambling at this point, running on
you're
fumes.
Fuck.
Baked, literally.
He's baked.
Oh, big money day tomorrow though. I'm gonna be up for that. Hopefully the Warriors close out in 6, and I'm gonna be sitting pretty.
Yeah.
cash me outside, I'm gonna be be very fucking happy.
If you're in the Bay, I'm gonna hit me. Let me know. I'm gonna try to tap in with AG. Try to at least watch the second quarter, half, or something like that. So,
AD, what's up? Can I come through? Do a podcast at AD's.
well, yeah.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here. Catch
All
y'all next week. We'll do one more at least, and then we'll take a little summer break probably, and be back for Niner talk and some other stuff. All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
All right.
Thanks for tuning
Late.
in.
Peace,
Catch us
yeah.
online, Linktree, all that good stuff. Instagram, Twitter, everything. We're everywhere. All right, we out. Catch y'all next week. Peace.
All right.
Go Dubs,
Late.
Dubs and 6. Late.